all of us.
Give me a run for my money. There is nobody, no one ever wrote. So give me a run for my money. I wanna be with you. 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 If I didn't rap late on her, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than two. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. I got something. Hold up. We gon' function, doing some shit. Feeling like Tyson with it. Look at that Tyson with it. Only for the night, I'm kidding. Only for life, yeah, only for life, yeah, only for life, let's get it. Hit that shoulder lean. I know it coming over me. Next stroke overseas. I know what you need. Already on 10, I'm when it come in. I'm finna go out this feeling, don't drop this party won't end. If I didn't rap late on her, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than two. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. There's no money, no one ever wrote. So give me a run for my money. I wanna be with you. 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 I'm on the way. We ain't got no time to waste. Papa, you come on the way. Am I in the way? I don't want pressure you none. I want your blessing today. Oh, by the way, open the door by the way. Tell you that I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I know connection is big. They got no phone for me, babe. They know we coming. They had a truth for your daddy. Hurry your gift from your memory. Remember, Gardena, I took the studio camera. I know Taco be mad at me. I have to do it. I want your body and music. I want the big one to prove it. Look what you made. Told you that I'm on the way. I'm not gonna exit the way. Yep. If I didn't rap late on her, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than two. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. There's no money, no one ever wrote. So give me a run for my money. I'm not saying this shit you were saying. I'm just saying this way you were saying. It's so good when we make enough. All I ask is to make your love for granted. That's all I ask, baby. Love for you is really. If you don't love me, somebody else will. Somebody else. So don't you ever.
Gotta feel that heat. And we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I will rock you, dance you, shout.
6-1 to the mix.
I love the way you activate your hips and push your ass out. Got a brother wanting me so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby, just to alleviate your clothes, I'm the fly out. Catch you at the club, your hips have got me feeling. Body talking quick to me, but I can't comprehend the meaning. Now if you wanna roll with me, then here's your chance to an 80 on the freeway. Catch me if you can, but give me I'm a rider. Still I'm just a simple man, all I want is money plus the fame. I'm a simple man, Mr. International, player with a passport. Just like a Latin switch, get you anything you ask for. Either him or me, the champagne and the sea. Favorite of my homies when we floss on our enemies. Witness as we creep to a low speed beat. What my folks need, make some emojis from you don't need. Approaching living with a passion for the long day, but I've been driven by attraction in a strong way. Your body is banging, baby, I love the way you're flowing. Time to give it to daddy sugar, now tell me how you want it. Tell me, baby, is it cool to touch? Tell me, man, that you can trust, not just a fool and lust. Coming to get you on the bus is so ironic. Exotic on the verge of a rock. I'm hitting switches on misses like I've been fixed what I dropped. take my up and down like a roller coaster. Gonna come inside you, I ain't stopping till the show is over. Cause I'm about in and out just like a robbery. I'll probably be a freak and let you get on top of me. It's the rockin' knees, nights full of Alizé. A living legend, you ain't heard about them players living Cali days. The Lord's telling you can fake to me. Instead of trying to help a brother, wanna take his G's. Mistaking me for Bill Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole. You're too old to understand the way the game's so. You're lame, so I gotta hit you with the hot tracks. Once I'm released, I'm making millions try to top that. They wanna sex me, they'd rather see me in my cell. It's different hell, only a few of us are lit a tale. Now everybody talking about us, I ain't giving up the very one that taught us all to cuss. Come on, tell me how you want I was raised as a youth, so you forgot to sleep on how to get a bulletproof. 6 busting off the paper when I was a teenager. Mobile phone, sky pager, game groups, I'm living major. My adversaries is getting worried, they paranoid of getting buried. One of us gonna see the cemetery. They wonder if my lifestyle's changed, and am I through with all the pain? Surviving in this game, and still the same. I need to meet me at the strip club, bring it on. Look how they sucking for that cash, once getting on. I had no sympathy for those afraid of mystery.
Jeez. Big up family, big up family. Hope everyone's good.
Gotta feel that heat.
I wanna rock with you.
Gotta feel that heat. And we can ride. You gotta
feel that beat. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'll rock with you. Hey. This your boy Jonathan online, Trilluminati live, REDPILLTRILL, Trilluminati, clicks, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live, and please
6-1 in the
put the number you like in the chat. You know, like that.
Need you to understand me, daddy. I ain't your average baby girl doing it, dog. I'm well established. I ain't trying to lead you on. Just wanna ask if you might wanna give me your name, me smell your status. You know I see you time to time, you seem available. Don't mean I know we wanna settle you. Gotta say you on my short list of you. The mother dude is okay, but I'm feeling you. Want you in the best way. What you gonna do about it? Why don't you just test me? You don't wanna do without it. Yo, I'm coming at your hard, eating the thug, and I ain't giving up till I get that gangster love. I just wanna rock you all night long. Oh, I wanna rock you. I just wanna rock you all night long.
6-1 in the mix.
Yeah, slow down, baby. Let you know from the gate, I don't go down, lady. I want a chick with thick hips that licks the lips. She could be the office type, but like the strip. Girl, you get me aroused, how you look in my eye. But you talk too much, man, you're ruining my eye. I wanna lose the feeling, cause the roof is ceiling is on fire. And you looking good for the getting, I'm a rider. Whether in a hoodie or a linen, a provider. You should see the jury of my women, and I'm living it up. The squad stay filling the truck with chicks that's willing to trip with us. You say you got a man and you're in love, but what's love gotta do with a little menage? After the party, me and you can just slide for a few, and she can come through. That's love.
Got to do it, baby.
All right, now we moving up, family.
Got to do
great day.
it, baby.
Yeah, but I had to hit you with a little evening session, you know what I'm saying? We got all the Patreons, man. We got everyone. Your name scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Please join the Patreon. Get access to the exclusive content. You know how we do, man. Much love, man. It's the best way to contribute and show your support for everything I'm doing.
Rock you, baby. I wanna hold you, baby. Won't you be my baby?
Say thank you to everyone that's been watching the videos and commenting and all that, supporting. I see you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Baby, won't you be my baby? I wanna be your lady. Baby, let me rock with you. You know I wanna rock with you. Baby, let me rock with you. You know I wanna rock with you. Gonna rock you.
I'm gonna play one more tune.
You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love.
Oh, we just played that. I wanna rock with you all night. Rock with you. What's he got in there?
Hey, man.
No, that's not what I want. I don't want that.
Six one in the mix.
Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain. You know me. I'm big music, never boy. I know the club. Rose at 3. What's the chance that you rolling with me? Back to the crib. Show you how I live. Let's get drunk and forget what we did. I'm buying your drink. Oh, I'ma take you home with me. I got money in the bank.
Hey.
We in the bed like we in the bed like talk to me. I talk bad, let's talk money. I talk bad, talk your spots. Hopeless shades, shorty got class. Oh, behave, let's get going. Walk it out, just like that. That's what I'm talking about. We gon' have fun. You gon' see on that Patron, you should get like me. I'ma buy you a drink. I'ma take it home with me. I got money in the bank. We in the bed like we in the bed like.
All right, last tune. Big tune there. Yes, family. yo, 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 yo. I'm the operational, fully functional, incredible physical, African miracle, the lyrical miracle. Wagwan family, wagwan.
Welcome, G.
They are.
There, in my garden.
In the gully, in the trenches.
Yes, my dear. Right,
Yeah, just going through it. But yeah, man, give thanks for everyone. Trust me, man. So what you been up to? What's your day been like? How you feeling? Anything you want to talk about specifically?
No.
No.
No, my day's been alright. It's been cool. Nothing special, you know? Do you know what I have been doing lately though? I've been listening to a lot of music. Like
nice.
I don't normally do that. Yeah. So.
That's nice. Play tune and just kick back and listen to it. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I think I only really get to do that when I'm traveling. I think that's the best time when I do that now. But every now and again, I'll just start going through tunes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you know, like when you actually take time out to say, you know what, let me just like hold the meds, like.
Yeah,
that's quite nice.
It's very nice, man.
I reap the benefits of that still.
It's old school. You get me?
Yeah.
It's an old school thing to do. Can't lie. Just what you doing? Just chilling, listening to music. That's nice. You like that? Because I know some of you I think I do that all the time. Well done, man. Congratulations. You know what I mean? Good that you keep that up.
That's great.
For me, I listen to so much music that I feel like in a way I can kind of take breaks from it. Because I'm so music orientated.
I think that's the thing, because that's what we are.
Yeah.
I kind of stay away from other people's music.
Yeah.
Not so much my own. Like I'll sing that all day, every day. But actually taking the time out to listen to other people's music and appreciate it, and not judge it from a standpoint of an artist, but just
as a listener.
Yeah, like it's actually nice. Like you get to really hear some gems in, and I don't even mean lyrically, I just mean like, musically.
The magic in music, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's
mad. I had a playlist that was like, not a playlist, but I had a playlist or a batch of songs that was so fucking sick. No other, like, it's all on one laptop, innit? No other selection is cutting it. I ain't got access to that iTunes no more, so it's all just there.
No, yeah.
And I've got like hundreds. So when I press shuffle on that, it's a mad thing.
It's bound to be a vibe, like.
Yeah, it's a mad thing. I'm like, rah, this tune, that tune. Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Right. So let me get this on.
Yeah, mate. I thought you was gonna play No That You Are Loved. Even
Nah.
if you
You know,
don't love yourself.
that's a rinsed.
I love the tune though, mate.
Yeah, I love the tune. It's just a rinsed intro for the show. So I got to cycle off that. You get me?
Oh,
Certain
my days,
tunes I'll play for a month, 2 months, and then that's got to go.
mate, that wasn't played long enough, mate.
Yeah. I was playing that. I've been playing that from summer. Let's be real.
From summer last year.
Yeah, I've been playing that from summer.
It still feels so like it still feels so new to me though.
Yeah, with all the Amma, with the what we won't do for love and all them.
Yeah, what we won't do.
We belong
do
together.
For love. Yeah. You tried everything. Yo, you know, it's actually because of the remix that was put on, I think. Man. I don't remember knowing the song prior to this. No, I did. That's dumb. You did. That's stupid.
That's dumb.
Yeah. So what we got here then? Billy Carson reveals alien encounter and lost civilization secrets. All right, let's go.
So this is where we hear about Atlantis, the mythology of Atlantis.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
They built the Atlantis.
And where's the evidence for this? Where do you read about that?
Well, if you look in the text, a lot of the Indian texts, the Vedas, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the ancient lore of the indigenous aboriginals, the Terra Papers, the Enuma Elish, the Epic of Atrahasis, the Code of Hammurabi, the Myth of Etana. There's so many tablets. I can just keep going down.
Everybody's referencing the Atlantean civilization.
Yeah.
Obviously, the most popular one was it Plato's uncle or something like that?
Plato. Plato wrote about this.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did. Yes,
okay. Got it.
And so, you start looking at this information. That was more recent. I mean, when I say recent, it's not as ancient. But the account of Plato's account of Atlantis is not that ancient. But we're talking about the ring city, but that was just one capital. So that ring city that was being described is one capital of dozens that existed on Earth at the same time.
Do we know where these other ones might be? Is there any remnants?
They were on every continent, every single continent. We're standing on Atlantis right now. We're sitting right on top of Atlantis.
It was New York.
Yes, everyone on this planet is on top of Atlantis. So when you start to look at the Americas,
yeah, the brother's got to get his arm from behind my back, like if I'm talking and he's just...
Yeah, it's a bit close, isn't it? It's
annoying, man. It's annoying. It's like an invisible barrier has been breached.
Yeah, look, it's right there. Is that his arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, move on, go along, man.
Stretching out your arm behind me.
Can't you just put your arms together? What's the problem? Why you gotta be the person to have that stretch out arm? But yeah, I think Schiffer needs to jump on. This is clearly his topic. He's an
Atlantean.
And Atlantean, yes.
His name is Mike Gagnon.
Mike Gagnon.
Mad.
Oh, Mark Gagnon.
Oh, Mark Gagnon. Don't make it no better. Mad.
Oh no. He's a black geezer.
You discover that
the black geezer is called Billy Carson.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's he talking about then?
I think the white guy.
Oh, all right, cool.
Maybe. Yeah,
the same one that got the stretch out arm. Okay, I've put it together. All right, go on.
That there were so many pyramids in the Americas. There were literally thousands of them. What happened to them? The Catholic Church blew up the tops of these pyramids and built churches on top of them.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Mark, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I was raised Catholic. They never told us that.
Give me a second.
They didn't tell you guys a lot.
Hold on. So break this down.
Right.
There were pyramids everywhere.
Yeah.
How do the Catholics find out about it? Are they reading the ancient texts?
Oh no, they just know we gotta eradicate this civilization science because we want to impose our will on the people. The Catholic Church went through something called the Inquisitions.
Yes.
And it was the papal Inquisitions where they went around the planet and they killed and tortured and murdered 80 million people to convert them into Christianity. And
Got it.
so it wasn't spread like they tell you in church, the gospel means the good news.
Mm.
It was really bad news when these people showed up. It
It
would
was
be
by
like
force.
America showing up to your country and you have oil buried in the ground.
Really?
It's bad.
Wow. So they were like giving women fucking rights and shit. Let them read. Ridiculous. Absurd.
They have.
What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
If you go to the museum in Rome,
Yeah.
you'll find they still have the torture tools there in the museum. They're proud of them. They have the Pope's spear. The Pope's, spear, which went up in a woman's vagina.
I saw that.
No way. Dead on mute. What? No way. What do you mean? This whole situation is mad right now.
Hold on.
Man said the spear that he'd shove up in a listen. Nah, Mag, fuck off. He said, in our heart.
Nah, you don't even want to listen. Nah.
What is wrong with Mag, bro? Oh my God, is that the spear?
And they put it in, and then they open it.
And then no, bro.
Nah, sorry. Nah, that is F. They put it in, and then they just open it. Wadam!
Oh my God. This is evil.
It is. Sorry, I don't know. I think I'm laughing because I can imagine how you must feel hearing it. Like, I don't know, it's making me laugh.
It was mad. Like when I first heard it, I was like, nah, there's no. And man said it just like matter of fact. It was just like, yeah.
Just
so hold on, this thing has a spring, right? And so what? You do something with the bottom of it and it just springs open.
Yeah, and stretches you.
And mash you up.
Yeah.
On the inside.
What
kind of foolishness? Like, and then when you look at what it is that they're choosing to do and how they're choosing to do it, it's sadistic, bro. Like this is no. Well, was it meant to represent some flower or something?
Yeah, there's no flower after that, man. That's for sure.
That's crazy.
Look, and it's got, and that's still got to come out. If anything, I don't know.
Oh
Maybe
my God!
You get me? And it's got like claws on the inside, you know, to like.
Oh, that's wickedness. Sepsis, everything.
Ooh. Yikes. I don't know if you could survive that. That's mad.
No, you're done. You're done. Infection, something's happening. You can't just
some real rupturing. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
That's horrible.
So who is the companies using that on? Who are
the
they
women. Like when you think about why would you make a machine like that to go up in a woman's nanny to explode her from the inside out?
They definitely used it on a brother before as well.
I wouldn't be surprised, unfortunately. Sad.
Definitely.
That's nasty, man. Wickedness.
That one.
Pop them open from the inside.
Good.
They had a spire that they would lower a man down onto the spire through his butthole over and over again.
Oh my God.
And no Diddy, bro.
For real. They just had all these torture mechanisms for what they would do.
Now, this no Diddy thing is so out of control, yeah. It's like,
bro, I heard a song a couple days ago.
Yeah, there's a couple songs
called No
Gucci Man.
Diddy, bro.
But Gucci Man.
Yeah. Bro, I was like, what the hell? It's a
Gucci
funny
Man,
song, but what the hell?
Like, that No Diddy thing has gone so far, yeah. Like, it's not about whether he's guilty or not. It's just, I just think, even if he's guilty or not, I just don't like the fact that anything gay has been associated with a known black man. Like he's the king of gay now. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, no one was saying no Elton. Yeah. Nobody was saying no Elton. No one was saying it. No one said no Freddie Mercury or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whoever, no
Freddie,
no Boy George. No one said that.
That's mad.
But now we're saying no Diddy, and it's gonna stick. And I think psychologically, I don't like that.
It's unfortunate.
Do you know what I mean?
That's mad. Yeah,
it's like imagine
the ball mark now.
Put it this way. Like imagine like something happened in Jamaica, like some gay scandal with two brothers in Jamaica. Yeah. And everyone, all of a sudden, everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, no Jamaica." When they,
it's mad,
you know what I mean? Like what? Like I know
yeah.
Name, but it makes you think of a black man, and I just think, like, nah.
Yeah, associating that.
They got because no one said no. No Epstein. Get me? No one said no. No, they didn't. We didn't have a no Epstein phase. None of that. But when it's a black man now, we could change the whole slang, the whole fucking slang. I know what I mean. You know, it's just gonna get worse. I know what I mean. It's like everyone's so happy that they got a black representative. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now
I don't even think people are looking at it that deeply.
Now Diddy's the king of gay. Now he's the king of gay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Fuck Diddy, but anyway.
Yo, Wagwan, big up.
Big up, Schiffer Don.
What's really good, man?
It's like your gills, brother. It's like your gills must have been burning you, because
they were.
What do you mean my gills must have been burning me? Talk to me, man.
You know, like when they say your ears must have been burning. Yeah, your gills must have been burning.
Your gills, yeah, they were flapping about.
I got the joke. I got the reference.
Yeah, right. Okay, I had to explain it. Why? Because they're talking about Billy Carson's talking about Atlantis, basically, isn't it?
Who's Billy Carson? Is that the racer, the horse racer?
No, the black dude there in the middle.
Is there a relation? Is there a relation
to
Willie Carson?
Who?
Willie Carson, man. Willie Carson. You don't know about Willie Carson?
I don't know nobody named Willie still.
You know about that man like Willie Carson on the furlong in my run race.
I'm not gonna lie, you can't ask me about Willie still. I don't know, bro.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. You know about Willie Carson, man.
You're trying to get my brother into problems. No, you don't know nothing about that. Sorry.
I don't know nothing about that.
Man went from Billy to Willie, you know.
Schiffer. Schiffer come with his fuckery today.
No, but when you said Billy Carson, I'm not gonna lie. There is a guy called Willie Carson. Look him up.
I know Willie Carson, man.
It would be Schiffer to know Willie, though.
He must be friends with Patrick Cox and them, man. There. I don't know. and a man like Dick Van Dyke, them man. There.
Big up, Trilluminati.
Yeah. So what's Billy Carson talking about Atlantis? Yeah.
Yeah. You just
okay. What's he saying about Atlantis, though?
I don't know. He just saying that you can find.
He said apparently we're all living on top of Atlantis right now.
You know what? According to the theory, he'd be correct. In fact, according to the theory, everything that we know in civilization would stem from what we know as Atlantis. Even things like certain deities from certain religions or certain pantheons of deities from certain cultures may not actually be religious even, may have an Atlantean connection.
Okay.
Hey, Zulu, come and break some of this down. Come and debunk
That's
some
where
of
I
this.
got it from. When people was calling me Atlantean, I didn't say I was actually an Atlantean. What I was saying is that all of the stuff we're talking about, if you want to
Why
talk about
would you deny it?
well, the thing
Man,
is, if
don't
you
do
want to
it.
talk about Neteru,
You're an Atlantean. It's okay.
Shifra, don't do that. Don't do
what?
that, bro.
No, bro,
You put in
listen,
a
if
lot
you
of
want
work.
to
You
talk
put in
about
a lot of work.
Neteru,
Wait. As an Atlantean, you put in a lot of work. Don't just
Don't denounce it now.
don't
You
do
know
that,
what I
bro.
mean?
I never had it in listen, I never said I was an Atlantean in the first place. People
Oh
ascribed
my.
it to me because
It's like he's denying Christ. He'll deny it 3 times, Jedi, if you're not careful.
No. Listen, this is what I said. Let me just make it clear so there's no discrimination here. I said, yeah, that all of these ancient civilizations could
This
be
is the 3rd
stemming
time
from
he's
Atlantis.
denying it, by the way.
There's no denying that all ancient civilizations possibly stem from Atlantis. It's in a lot of the old writings, according to a lot of texts, according to even like the old ancient American texts, the Mesoamerican even believed that there was such a place. The Greeks, even what are they called again? Like I said, even the ancient chemists or whatever, they all kind of had this a belief that there was a place where what was called Atlantis, where not necessarily submerged in water, but it's the birth of what we know as civilization and technologies and certain things.
Shalom alaikum.
Yeah, peace,
Shalom,
brother.
shalom.
Peace, bro. Not feeling too well at the moment, but we're here.
Shalom, brother. Shalom.
Shalom. I said not feeling too well at the moment, man. Something's going around, bro.
Yeah, something's going around, man. I'm just coming off the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the last of it still.
Yeah.
Were you coming up?
The last of it. I'm the virus is leaving. I'm in the last stages of a little virus thing. Yeah.
Of the virus.
Yeah, that's
was it ever did it make your throat feel funny like a
oh
cough?
My goodness. You're doing that on purpose. You're doing that on purpose, bro. You're doing that on
It's a
purpose.
virus, isn't it?
Jedi, it's okay. Jedi, you don't have to answer this. You don't have to answer this. Ain't no problem.
It's nasty.
I'm just saying.
Don't even respond to him. Don't even respond to him.
That is crazy.
Hold on. What kind of virus did you have?
Nah, stop.
What kind of virus did you have?
We can stop it here though, Chef. We don't have to continue.
Yeah, it was.
So you never had a sore. You never had a sore throat before.
I remember this guy came on talking about Shilajit before.
Yeah. Have you had a sore throat, Shiva?
Pardon me?
No, Shiva's good.
This guy's
good.
Pardon me?
He's good.
You guys see me?
Yeah, so what you saying? You saying this guy's very pseudo, yeah?
Can you guys hear me?
Can you?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you explain what does pseudo mean?
It means it's not true. It's like he's making up as he's going along.
Oh,
No,
okay.
No, pseudo means like in this context, pseudo means going off a belief system that's got very little factual evidence to back it up.
Oh, okay.
Or theory, an alternate theory that's usually deemed as being almost silly in the fact that it's not really grounded in anything real or proper or whatever from people's opinion. So it's easy for a man to say, and you're pseudo, because you might be talking about a theory and they're talking about something they believe to be fact. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's not truth in it. It's just
what did he say that was pseudo though?
See it.
Let's hold them to
It's
something.
like fake science. That's not really how shit works. That's pseudo.
I've heard like pseudoscience and stuff. Yeah, I've heard that.
What are they basing that on? Why are they calling him pseudo? Based on what?
Hold on, Shift. Let him answer. Go on.
Let me put it this way. I watched the whole thing and I fact-checked almost 70% of what he was saying. And a large portion of it wasn't found on the internet. So doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because it's not found on the internet doesn't mean it's wrong. But it means there isn't like an immense amount of evidence supporting the idea. So he's definitely nurturing He's
Why do you say
nurturing.
pseudo then? That don't
What
make
he's doing
sense,
is
bro.
let me tell you what he does. This is what Bill Carson does. I watched a lot of his stuff here. This is what he does. He will take like 5 or 6 things that are true, and he will nurture it to make it a 10. Right? But it's not really a 10. He just nurtured it to become a 10. So
How?
he'll take something, for example, from Aztecs and say, oh, look, this is showing technology and this is showing amazing feats. Then he'll go to a 10 and say it's aliens. That's what he does.
But how do you know he's wrong?
Because there are no aliens.
How do you know that?
Prove it.
Well, according to you, there would be aliens. You're a Bible reader.
Nowhere in the Bible does it say there's aliens.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. What's an angel?
An angel is not an alien, it's interdimensional being.
It's an alien, bro. No. Hold on one second. Chevelle, fall back.
Yeah.
Let man speak for himself. So you're telling me that angel
I'm
is
not
not
speaking
equivalent.
for him. I'm just saying.
No, let him speak. Just let him speak. I'm talking to Zulu. Zulu, you're telling me that an angel is not equivalent to an alien, brother. Are you actually saying this live on air?
An angel is an interdimensional being.
All right, bro. Are you telling me that's not equivalent to an alien, bro? Regardless of how they got here or get
If you mean alien as in non-terrestrial, or the general term meaning not from this place.
Extraterrestrial, that's correct, bro.
If you mean the general term of not from this place, but when people say alien, they immediately think of space. They think of space beings.
This is an issue now, yeah. Shit, think about it, yeah. You're both. I get where you're both coming from, right? But the issue when you went to extraterrestrial is terrestrial actually means land, isn't it? Right.
That's right.
And that goes hand in hand with the the concept that these beings have come from another planet.
That's right.
So if you're not right, so no, wait. So the thing is, planet is different from dimension. So
I hear what you're saying. Wait, you
gotta let him finish. He's cooking. Go on, Dad.
So I hear what you're saying. You're basically saying anything that ain't from Earth, that came from somewhere else, but then you can't include. Yeah, and he's saying he doesn't believe in that these beings coming from different planets. He believes angels or any other entity is from a different dimension. So this is why he doesn't go with the general term of what people say an alien is. But if you expand it to mean something from out of Earth, then he can agree with you.
All right. So can I explain something to you? First and foremost, the Most High Kingdom, the Most High. Oh my God! You talk for me then.
Yeah, if an alien, if an angel comes from another dimension or comes from somewhere else and comes here, and that's what we're calling an alien, I get that. Yeah, but really, the term alien is being used to make people believe in beings, creatures from another planet. So I just think that's why man has to be careful of co-signing this angel alien thing. Because
no, you don't. No, you really don't. I can tell you why you really don't. I could explain to you why you really don't, but you'd have to be quiet long enough for me to do so. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not trying to interrupt no one. I'm not trying to interrupt no one, innit? But I was talking, and it's like you lot were just talking, right? Whoever was talking is talking right over the top of me, Chevelle. But the point is this, yeah. That's lovely, man. It's so hard work.
You know what it is? Sorry. You know what it is? I find you funny right now because you're actually serious about the topic and you're.
Now let him go. Let him cook. Go on, Shift, man. Go on.
Like I was saying to you. If I go into the Bible and I start finding any prophets, like who, Ezekiel, like who, what Enoch, yeah, any prophets that were taken from this planet. Yeah, and taken to somewhere else where the angels resided, then unfortunately your idea of an angel not being an alien would fall apart.
Well, you failed when you said planet to begin with, because that needs to be proven, first of all.
Well, it doesn't need to be proven. You need to disprove the Bible. That's what you need to do.
The Bible doesn't say planet.
What does it say? What does it say?
Land.
Okay. And where was this? Hold on 1 second. Where was the land they was taken to? Was the land they was taken to on this planet?
The Bible uses the Hebrew word eretz. It means land. Nowhere does it say planet, globe.
Bro, I didn't ask you that, bro. I said the land, yeah, that Ezekiel was taken to, yeah, which dwells within the stars. Is that on this planet, broski?
I don't have that cosmological view of we're in a or on a ball going around the sun.
I'll take the win. I'll take the win, bro.
I personally don't have that view.
Shiva's got a high pitch.
It's funny how you're laughing over me.
Let me in.
You're laughing over me.
Let me in, man. Let me in. I just want to ask, does it actually say the land in the stars and that? Can we get the scripture?
No. I'm saying the land he was taken to, yeah, the place he was taken to was not on this planet.
Let's get the
That's
scripture.
what I'm trying to say to you. So get that up, man. Get the scripture. We can put it up. Zulu knows it, man.
If you give me the link, I'll gladly throw it up, bro.
Give me a minute. Let me find it, bro. I'm going by memory right now, innit?
Let me log it in a minute.
Bro, I'm going by memory, innit? So really and truthfully, you should be thankful that I've even remembered this much for you, man. Praise the Lord.
So Ezekiel was taken by who? By God? Or an angel? Who took Ezekiel where? I don't know this.
It was an angel as far as I remember. I'm gonna find it for you, bro.
It was a vision. It was a vision, first of all. Let's not forget that.
It was a vision.
Yeah, it was a vision.
Are you sure?
It's called Ezekiel's vision, my dog.
Okay. And where did his vision take him, bro?
He was shown the heavenly realm. He was shown the cherubims, the 6 wings, and the eyes all over. That's what you're doing.
No, you know what? It might not have been Ezekiel, actually. I said Ezekiel, or who's the other one I said? It was either Ezekiel or Enoch.
Enoch and Elijah. Those are the only 2.
There you go. So this is what I mean. You're playing games. This guy's playing games today, man. And he knows what I'm talking about, but he wants to play games. So let's play semantics, because that's worth more than edifying ourselves with our Bible, right?
It's fire. There's a fire convo. Let's calm down before we burn out too early. You know what I'm saying, fam? Yeah, man. We're 49 minutes in, dog. I love it, though.
I don't know what
that was a splash shot, though. Big up, Zulu, though. Big up.
I don't know what you ate today, Shifa, but I don't know, bro. Somebody
I've been eating sweetie and watching Knuckles with the little man.
Big up, little man. Every time. Come on.
All right, so let me try and find this, man.
Creature from outer space, extraterrestrial, often disparaging and offensive, a resident of one country.
Yeah, it says in the Sefer Kekalot, Rabbi Ishmael is described as having visited the 7th heaven, where he met Enoch in the 7th heaven. Yeah,
are you quoting Talmud? Are you quoting Gemara?
That's that's just one reference, but I'm trying to find the Bible reference to you, bro.
Yeah, you show me in the Torah and the Tanakh.
Remember, Enoch's not in the Bible like that, you know, bro. Just remember that. He's not in every Bible.
Okay, but why are you taking me to Rabbi Ishmael when we're talking about the Bible?
Give me some time to find what I want to find, but I'm just sharing some information. If you're upset by it, then refute it.
Man went to Rabbi Ishmael?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Brother, remember, you go to Torah, you deal with rabbis. Rabbis are your brethren. That's your family. That's your brothers.
From some 2nd century Jew, when we're talking about the Bible. Rabbi
Ishmael. Remember, you like the rabbis, you like their paperwork, their scholarship. You it, bro. You deal with Talmud. What are you doing?
No, I never.
Anyway, let's get back to the angels and alien thing. Let's keep it there. Angels and aliens. So what are you saying then? You believe that the Atlanteans are of an extraterrestrial source? Is that where we're going with it, or
100%? Okay. Just like Anunnaki is going to be extraterrestrial source, isn't it? That's where we're going with this, bro. I don't think we can end up anywhere else. But if anyone else thinks we can, then please lead us here. Get out of my fridge. Get out of my fridge.
Yeah, you got to tell them. What you did in my fridge? Yeah.
It was get the leader, the king, the chief, You know, the
yeah. So you were saying that it's been debunked. There we go. You're saying that you're basically debunking 70% of his material in this. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would say majority of it. There were a few things that were like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. But
yeah,
like I said, he has to nurture the points to build his narrative of aliens. If you take the raw data, it's not saying exactly what you're saying. Like, let me give you a quick example, not to spoil anything, but he will talk about some sort of space galactic war, like Star Wars, laser beams and all that, and he will mention like an Indian fire beam, and he'll say, "Oh, that's talking about a space battle." Like he will do things like that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, for example, when the fire came down from heaven,
these ancient aliens, isn't it? These ancient aliens, isn't it?
Exactly. Like Sodom and Gomorrah was a UFO shooting down.
But I heard that though, that it was like I said, it was what I heard 10 years, 15 years ago was like Sodom and Gomorrah was a nuclear bomb going off, and there's traces of sodium and which was caused by this and rare, and there's fused rock there, and and there's a high radiation.
Well, I don't know what the ontology or the makeup is of fire from heaven. Maybe it has some sort of radioactive element to it. Yeah. But what you're correct about is they did find ash and salt and all the things that clearly show that something happened. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
You know, the guy who does all the sage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The medicine man.
Yeah.
And then they would. Well, Mr. Sarah's on you, boy. Who is writing this account? Is this revelation or commentary? On you.
Say, look, we need to convert everyone to this.
How you been, though, Zulu, man? You good?
Bro, I'm not feeling well, man.
You said.
Headache. I've been taking Shilajit, though. I've been on that Shilajit shit and been taking a lot of supplements and working out as usual and all that. Shilajit's an old joke, man. That shit is that's just legit, bro. And I was a bit shook initially because I heard rumors about Nephilim blood because it's on mountains and all that shit, but I don't believe that. It's Nephilim blood. I don't believe that crap.
Man, she legit. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have to talk about that a bit later still. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't,
Schiffer's in the archives right now.
You're fuck you from the inside out.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
So they would make
Who would do the fucking? Because I feel like that would be against Catholicism.
It would be one of these people from their church system and say, hey,
so there was a fucker. There was a guy who would.
There was a guy he'd connect you and get you lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
And and do that. Sick people, but they.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
All right.
That's wild.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta spread the gospel.
You gotta spread the gospel.
Spread the gospel.
It is a good word.
Under the order of Rome.
Yeah.
And but the big thing Rome said was, look, we got to get this money.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to convert our pagan system.
You see his lapel.
Yep.
You know what that is?
Hold up. I think I got him. Got him.
Pin that foot, Zulu, yeah?
Of course.
Yeah. Go on, Shiv.
So Hebrews 1:14, yeah, refers to where the angels live, yeah, and their permanent residence is in heaven.
Slow down, brother. Slow down. You know what we're doing, bro. Hebrew 1:14. KJV.
Whatever one you want to go to, bro. They're all going to say similar thing, even if it's not exactly what someone wants to hear or anyone out there wants to hear.
Wow.
No. Dad, sit down.
What?
Not you. Sorry.
Oh, sir.
Are you sure it's 1:14, bro?
Hebrews 1:14, bro.
Oh dear.
Hebrews 1:14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? Shiv? I don't know. I don't want to talk too soon, but this might not be the verse, bro. Shifferdan.
Sorry, bro. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. You're not gonna have to
No
just hold
problem.
out for 1 second.
Yeah.
Give me a minute, bro.
I get it, man. I get it, man. It gets like that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's on this chapter is proving his point still. It's a bit. This is actually showing something else, though, which is interesting. Because it's claiming that the creator is the word or the son in the same chapter, I think. Yeah, actually, it's this chapter. Yeah, it's kind of deep.
Yeah, so Schiffer just got us on Hebrews 1:14, and yeah, it's not. Yeah, the scripture's not scripturing, so I don't know.
All right, sorry. What was your question again now?
Yeah, Hebrews chapter 1, verse 14.
Yeah.
Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation?
Exactly. Sent forth from where?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Is there even any
heaven? Sent forth from heaven, yeah? Are you all right? Where's heaven? Where's heaven, Zulu? That's where we need to go, bro.
Nah, I can't tell if you're trolling or not. I'll be honest. I can't
You can't tell, but you should be able to tell because it's an easy question, bro. It's not a hard question. Where is heaven?
Just to clarify for the listeners, he was supposed to show us something in the Bible.
And how many heavens are there?
Hold on, Shiva. He was supposed to show us something in the Bible that shows that angels are aliens and they come from outer space.
From planets. From another
planet. So what's this, Shiva? What's this? What am I looking at?
We understand that heaven is separate from earth, right?
Exactly.
So if they've come from heaven, it doesn't mean that they've come from space or they've come from a planet.
Well, what are they when they say heaven? What do they mean? And how many heavens are there? And which one do the angels reside in? That's where we need to get Zulu to, because he knows the answers to these questions. I'm just trying to find them now, but I'll find it eventually. You can hold out as long as you like.
But Shifa, irregardless of how many heavens there are,
no, but where are these heavens?
Hold on, brother. Maybe if you stop cutting me off, please. Irregardless, there could be 50 heavens. There could be 1,000 heavens. None of those heavens fit within a cosmic, a cosmological view of planets and solar systems and galaxies. It's a totally different cosmology. When we deal with the Torah and the Hebrew Bible, it's a different cosmology. You can't merge it with NASA and space and planets. It don't make sense, bro. Hashemayim, plural, the heavens. It's dimensional. Like, this got nothing to do with space and planets. I don't know what you're doing, bro.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, we'll stay there for a minute. Don't worry, I'm gonna find it for you. I'm looking, bro. I'm reading, so just give me a minute. I'll maybe play some more of the video then. Let's play some more of the video because he still wants to deny it.
Right. I was sure that you must have got the wrong verse or something. Yeah. Anyway, Chevelle, you in there hanging in with us, yeah? Hope you're good, sister. Hope you're good. Yo, Chevelle, we got to resuscitate Chevelle, man.
People in the comments.
Hey, I'm still here. I'm just cooking. I'm listening.
Can I say one thing, Jedi? Yeah. Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Yeah. You see when people go to church, yeah.
Yeah.
They do this prayer, yeah. They say, "Our Father who art in heaven," or some say in the kingdom, "Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is where?
In heaven.
All right. So therefore separating these two places of existence. That's all I'm trying to say. First and foremost, that's the second point that I want to make. That heaven and earth are clearly two separate places. Yeah.
We know
and
that.
heaven. Hold on one second. Let me just finish on this point. Yeah. Heaven is a place outside of earth that people in the Bible have tried to get to.
Okay.
Think about that for a second.
I think it's beyond our
We're not clear on the
understanding.
method. Like for instance, yeah, the Tower of Babel. We're not clear on the metaphor on what it actually stands for. Because for me, obviously, it can't make sense to build a tower that can reach heaven, unless all we're talking about is trying to breach the firmament.
Right. Exactly.
And once you're outside of the firmament, you're no longer on Earth, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, because possibly the firmament
Therefore,
is
therefore, anything from outside of the firmament entering into it would be alien to us.
Now we've already agreed on the point that if we can take alien, if we are not necessarily talking about a planet, because we don't know what's outside of the firmament, in my opinion.
Yes.
And when you say it like that, that's more agreeable to my point of view. That, do you know what? I'm not saying that the angels are green men on a spaceship flying around in the flying saucer, then they're gonna land and start probing people. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying when we talk about the idea of what alien is, alien could be Superman's an alien. He even looks like one of us, but according to the movie script, that's alien, bro. Yeah. Gremlins are aliens, bro. Alien free aliens, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? So it don't matter what the aliens look like. Even if the aliens look similar to us, they're not from here. They're not the same as us.
Shifa,
You know,
can
like
I ask
that.
you a question? Can I ask you a question, Shifa?
Go
What
on.
is the waters? What is the waters above the firmament? What is that?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been there, so I can't tell you for sure. You could be talking about the flood waters, I'd imagine. When the Most High, did the flood, maybe he opened the firmament. Maybe that's a theory that some work by.
I think what's best, Fisher, is to actually understand the Hebrew cosmology according to the Israelites and how they viewed the heavens and the worlds below and the worlds above, so that you're able to see that it's not compatible with this view that Billy Carson, remember, Billy Carson's making the claim that it's UFO type aliens, that there's spaceships, and that there's planets, there's planetary colonization. They're sending the people to come here to get gold, the whole Anunnaki thing. That's a totally different type of view of reality and space and cosmology. Totally different view. Whereas in the Hebrew scriptures, it's plainly interdimensional. It's internal universe. It's all in the mind, right? It's all inside. It's all layered dimensionally. It's not some physical space thing. You can't locate heaven. You can't coordinate heaven up there and go there, and that's heaven. You can't do that. Heaven's all around you. It's interdimensional. So it's a different layer of reality.
Wait, hold on, wait. Now, this is where I think we have to. Well, this is where I get off. Yeah, my stop, right? Because I'm with you, but then when we say, I think because there's mention of different heavens, I could assume that these heavens span different dimensions or encompass multiple dimensions at once or whatever, right?
I agree.
But either way, there is a part of heaven that a physical man can go to, according to the Bible.
If you're talking about Enoch and Elijah, then I can rock with that.
Yeah, there's a part of heaven that you can go to, you can be in physically.
Yes.
So possibly that you could reach heaven.
But not to speculate though, even though
if you was given free reign, possibly you could reach a physical aspect of heaven.
I can maybe agree to that, but I will say this though, to speculate though, because I can't say this for a fact. I would say that even though they enter it physically, who's to say that they aren't changed upon entering it to a different nature?
That's cool. Yeah, we can. It's all conjecture, isn't it? It's all conjecture.
Exactly. Exactly.
What are the heavenly bodies described in the Bible, though?
So, and the thing with heaven is there's hints to physicality of things.
Mm-hmm.
There's hints throughout the Bible of physicality.
Just like it says the heavenly bodies, bro. The heavenly bodies are what, Zulu?
Man, see, that's different. That's different. That could just be spirit. That heavenly body is already telling you it's of the heavenly origin first. So it's a head. When we talk about people going intact as man and being taken there, then that's different. Because it's not like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they're not. It's not like the spirit is coming out of them and they're going to heaven in a ethereal sense. They're physically taken up with their bodies, just like Jesus, right? But the thing is, like I said, they're taken up physically. We see them going up physically, but are they entering physically? That's the question. And I would propose it that they're not entering physically. That's what I would suggest. I would suggest that because the angels who abode in these realms, they're not physical beings, though they come down and assume physical bodies. In their innate and default states, they're not physical. They're
Neither are we. Neither are we, if you put it that way.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Kind of, yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I think a lot of it is of these internal or whatever, these dimensions that you can, you know, whatever you want to call it, astral, whatever, there's different dimensions. And then also some people are able to travel and take different spiritual aspects of themselves to different dimensions. For instance, there may be like 4 dimensions you can reach. Let's just say that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Some people can mentally travel to 1 of them or 2 of them. Some people will have to spiritually travel to 2 of them, but then they don't, or through their soul, but they don't have the capacity to reach other ones. And then there's somebody who can physically reach these places. Yeah.
But would you say that some of these places can't be reached physically and the soul has to escape the body or be free from the shell to enter some of these realms?
Yeah, I think that's how most people would access whatever, but there's like, you know, there's the ability to put a physical thing in anywhere. It's not limited.
But part of me does think, though, like the higher you go, the more maybe destructive or dangerous it is to go in this form. And that in order to enter some of these realms, you have to remove the shell. Because how can the limited enter the limitless?
I don't know what the limitless is. I don't know what that is.
But obviously, these are higher frequency and higher vibrational realms.
We're just limited by knowledge, and what your knowledge can do over what we call physicality. That's where the difference is now. You get me? Because you don't know what you can do with your body. So that's our limit is based on knowledge, not on actual ability or capability.
Okay, so if you were
a human structure or whatever, a human frame is capable of going to heaven.
Being taken to heaven.
Whatever.
But like I said, we don't know what form is taken once they enter. That's all I'm proposing. That's all I'm saying. Because if in the Revelation it says when people are taken to heaven, when Jesus comes back,
there's a point in someone. I think people have visions and all sorts and can be taken up spiritually or whatever, but I think there's a point being made when you describe someone being physically taken somewhere.
But remember, people are given new bodies in Revelation when they do enter heaven. They're given new bodies. So there is this idea of this flesh, this physical body cannot enter the Holy of Holies, cannot enter those kind of realms because this body is of a low frequency and low vibration. It can't enter the limitless. So the shell has to be removed or replaced with something that can enter those realms. And which is why I would even propose when angels come down, they possibly have to take on a physical form so that we can interact with them and comprehend them, or else they'll just be invisible.
Nah, angels don't have to take on. Oh, if they want to interact, they can interact through bushes, through a voice, through all sorts. They don't.
That's true. That's true. But a proper interaction though, like see face to face. You know what I mean? Like a proper interaction.
I don't know.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, right?
Okay.
So these are separate places, right?
Bro, you keep saying separate. No one's saying they're the same place, though.
I never said you were. They're separate places. But in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. No one's never said nothing about no dimension.
My goodness. Didn't say space either, bro. Like, of course, I'm applying.
Bro, how was the earth created though? Where was God when he created the earth? Was he in space? According to science, that's the only depictive language that we've got to say where God was when the earth was created then, right?
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Shifa. When Elijah and Elisha were surrounded by Syrian soldiers, Elisha was shook because, like, yo, these men are going to take us out. And Elisha told him to open his eye, and he saw chariots of fire around him. So there's clearly a realm or spirits or entities that we cannot see with the naked eye that exist in a different dimension. Doesn't always have to be up, but I'm saying there's other layers to this reality. That's clear.
Spiritual realms and spiritual dimensions don't have to be conflated with planets, bro.
Let me finish. Maybe the word dimension is not in the Bible, but the concept is there. And I've just shown you one example.
Yeah, but what you're doing is you're conflating the fact that the concept is there and trying to confuse people into thinking that that concept is attached to the in the beginning when God was creating the heavens and the earth. There's no attachment of that concept there, bro. So you can't place it there. All we know is that more than one place was being created, and these other places that were being created were called the heavens, bro. That's a fact. There's no denying that.
I don't know who's denying that though. Who is denying
that? I'm just saying, when these places was being created, there's no mention of any dimensions. You've inserted that, bro. You're inserting dimensions in there. We know that there's other layers, and there's when we say dimensions, there's things that our human eyes can't see. We know that there's a spiritual realm, for instance. We could class that as a dimension, but there's no mention of that being how can I explain this? There's no mention of that being the heavens, bro. Or having anything to do with the heavens.
You literally just agreed with me, and then you're trying to argue with me again. You literally
no,
just
I'm saying no. But you're saying I'm conflating, but then you're conflating as well, isn't it? So it makes no difference.
Going back over. This is just ridiculous. Can we watch the? Because I don't know why we're doing this shit. You're actually not making any sense. You're not being coherent.
I am making sense. Not to you, I'm not, but to the listeners, I am. As long as I'm making sense to the listeners and the viewers, I don't give a shit. Like, it's not an argument like that. It's just I'm saying to you, you're saying that the heavens is another dimension. I'm saying to you, or multiple dimensions, either way you want to say it, because it's heavens, plural, yeah? I'm saying that you can't necessarily say that it's definitely dimensions. No more than I could definitely 100% say that it's planets. But due to the fact that it says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, why would there be this contrast being drawn between the heavens and the earth? If they're not, in some way, planets themselves, or other, places to dwell. If you don't want to call them planets within our solar system or within our God system, if you want to call it a God system, however you want to do it. Unless you can provide us some, unrefutable, undeniable evidence that this is definitely a reference to dimensions, then at that point, I can't concede my argument. I'll be honest with you. Maybe what we do, we'll go back to the drawing board. We both see what we can come up with, see if we can find anything more solid, and let Willie Carson talk his thing. Like, I mean, not Willie, Billy.
Yo, lava fun, come up.
No, but there is a horse race in there.
Come up, see what we can come up with. Lava Pond, find something solid. Lava Pond, Willie. Let's just what are we doing? Come on, man. Let's move on, man.
Bro, come on, man.
No, lava Pond, come on, man. No.
You're the same. This is the person who's telling me you're a grown up the other day. Like, tell me grow up.
Yeah, man.
All right, look.
You're not gonna tell me come on, man.
Let's see if we can source some more information then. Let's see if we can source some more information that's going to be more groundbreaking. You're searching for that word, there. You're searching.
I ain't searching.
Into a Christian system. We're going to combine the two together. That's why we have all these fake holidays that are all pagan holidays in Christianity.
That's my man, Constantine, right?
Yeah, Constantine. They just combined it all together. Mm-hmm. Now we got the taxes and we got the offerings.
Yeah.
We got both. And now we got the people unified. And now we can put our boot on everybody's neck. And so once they reeled up the leader of that village or that town and killed him like that, and everyone saw it, it was like, okay, I'm ready to learn now. Teach me your language. Talk to me about your God. By the second, third generation, You're born, you're given a name, a race, and a religion, and you don't even know who you are.
Wow. So do you know which church in America or which churches are on old pyramids?
Oh, no. You just have to go and just go out there. See anything on, most of the older ones that are on hills.
What's he talking about now?
I didn't quite catch that. I think he's talking about Catholic churches or something. I don't know.
With the triptych windows, the triptych windows are the same windows that mimic the 3 windows that you see in a lot of the pyramids, like in Chichen Itza, Yucatan Peninsula, and all of that. Those older ones, if you go to Mexico City, how I learned this, I went to Mexico City. I got a homegrown archaeologist. He started showing me all the hills and all the old churches. He said those were all pyramids.
So it's wild. Like when you go to the Mexico City pyramid specific.
No.
I mean, I will say this about America, though. If you watch Grant Hancock's Netflix documentary, the oldest pyramids are in America, and they're even bigger than the pyramids in Egypt. So it is quite interesting. I can't cap.
Bro, have you seen the Jehovah's Witness place where they do their convention?
Or is it like a pyramid or something?
Have you seen it?
No. Just typed in online. Oh, this looks crazy. Even Malachi's York had a massive pyramid outside of his compound as well. Yeah, is anyone there?
All right. I think I found something for you, Zulu. Yeah?
Schiffer, please. Schiffer, I beg you, my
Hold
brother,
on one
please.
second. I think I found
Please.
something else for you, bro. Yeah? I think I found something else for you.
Please,
All right, do you know what? I won't bother.
Thank you, bro. Please. Oh, all-seeing eye. My goodness. My goodness. Conference hall in Skyborg, Denmark. It's always in Denmark, man. Always in these Scandinavian countries, these olden countries. That's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if you're speaking, Jez. We can't hear you. Still can't hear you, brother. I think you need to unmute. Okay. Can anyone else hear me, or is it just me? Are you there, Shifa? Chevs?
I am here, but you asked me to stop, so I did.
Yeah, I can hear you, Zulu.
Ah, thanks. What you cooking, Chefs?
Curry chicken today.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Yeah, I should even make cooking this way. Yeah, interesting conversation.
Very interesting. Shipper's doing a ship as usual, but yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I did try and tell him earlier that he's doing that thing again, but he didn't listen to me. And now we're here, you know?
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
I think it's maybe on the phone. I don't know.
Okay. Like to show people. I can't see any of you lot in the chat right now.
Yeah.
They show you what it looked like before and what it looked like after. You can never look at a hill again.
Right.
And not think it's a pyramid after you go see it.
Fact.
It's so if go look at it, you can see not Chichen Itza.
Yeah, that's the triptych. Yes.
Ah, wow.
At the top of all Catholic churches, the older ones, they all have that triptych design. And most of the ones that are old in the 1800s built on those hills were
Go to the Mexico City pyramids and do it before excavation. Because what happens is grass just starts to grow on them.
Yes.
So they just start to look like terrain. And
Hills.
yeah, they just
big
look like
ass
hills. And people have all these like explanations for it. Like my tour guide, yeah, look at that. So like if you just saw that, like that black and white picture to the right there,
yeah.
Tell me that you would never look at that and assume pyramid.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
So now I have to look at every fucking hill and go,
yeah,
should we dig this thing up and see? And some of them are just hills.
Yeah, some are just hills, but some are these.
Right? Got it.
So when the Anunnaki came to Earth, were there already Homo sapiens here?
Yes, good question. There were already not Homo sapiens, but hominids.
No, there weren't.
Our cousins.
Bad question.
They were Homo erectus. They were our cousins.
Yeah, they were.
But I believe that they were.
He's trying to say that these aliens, right? The ancient Sumerians spoke about the Anunnaki. They came down. They mixed their genetics with apes or pre-Homo sapien kind of human beings, and then that made the modern day Homo sapien. We have alien DNA. That's why we are what we are.
So is this their basically? This is their origin story.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I find that everyone tends to have their own.
But I don't know whether or not that's purely what the Sumerians are saying, because again, this is a very old language and it's kind of been gatekept by a certain group of people. So I don't know if this is actually what they're actually saying in those texts. And we barely have even like decoded the language like that. So I don't really know if that's exactly true. Yeah.
Do you think that Noah and his children and his wife were the only humans left alive after the flood?
I can't believe that, you know, yes. Sorry, you absolutely.
Yes, I believe that, yes.
And we are all a product of incest.
That's what I was going to get.
Same thing with Adam and Eve. Yeah.
But I skipped them in it purposely. I just skipped them and just got because it's just the same as Noah and his people, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
And you believe that accounts for all the people on Earth?
Precisely.
Coming from Noah.
So you think that's a bit?
Coming from Noah and his 3 sons and their wives.
Yeah, everyone had to deal with everyone, innit?
You know what I might do? I might arrive back when you lot are ready to talk, because like Zulu don't want me to talk. And he's getting a bit upset.
Why are you feeling like that?
What if you don't want me to talk? What am I doing here?
Just talk, man.
Talk about the video we're watching. Talk about this.
Let me talk to Jedi. Let me talk to Jedi. So Jedi, what I want to talk about is this now, yeah? So I was saying to Zulu, I thought I'd found something and he wasn't interested. So hopefully you are. Chapter 36, Enoch, yeah? And from thence I went to the south, to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals of the heaven. And thence there came dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east, to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, bless always the Lord of glory. And I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders to show the greatness of his work to the angels and to spirits and to men, and they might praise his works and all his creation, that they might see the work of his might and praise the great work of his hands. Bless him forever. So that's Enoch. Now, fair enough. Some people may argue, well, that's not in their conventional Bible, but I would say it still counts as a biblical text. So for that reason,
I was going to ask you what version are you reading that from?
I'm reading from Enoch. There ain't no versions.
And what is this?
Oh, you're reading the book of Enoch.
Yeah, chapter 36.
Okay.
Yeah, because he couldn't find anything in the Bible. But even with what he's reading, what is it trying to prove again? Sorry,
Well,
because I
what I'm
didn't hear
trying to prove is
anything.
this is what you said. This is your words. Let me just make sure I'm correct before I don't want to start argument, basically. I just want us to just quantify some stuff. So you said that talking about the heavens doesn't necessarily mean we're talking about space, but according to what I just read, it would kind of put it in that realm of space, especially if these portals of heaven is what the stars are passing through. Why are stars passing through portals?
You've changed direction because
yeah, but
you, at
when
the
you say I
beginning,
changed direction,
let me finish though. At the beginning, you said that from the Bible's viewpoint, I thought that's where you was gonna come from, but now you shifted to the book of Enoch, which actually isn't in the Bible.
Not in your conventional Bible, but it is in the original Bible.
It's not in
there
the original.
You go. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I can't prove that. If that's what you think, then cool.
No, it's not what I think. It's not Torah. It's not Tanakh.
Is it in the Ethiopian Bible?
These are pseudographical or apocryphal
All right,
books.
well, if you think that that's... Ooh, you're entitled to say that.
Council of Nicaea. This is even before your Septuagint. It wasn't Book of Enoch in there. We've already gone through this.
You're entitled to say that.
But I find it interesting how you had to go there, though. You couldn't even just find something in the Bible, which I find hilarious. But yeah. And even with what you read, I don't really see it proving space because it's talking about portals. That's sounding interdimensional to me. I don't know. So, yeah, you might have to find something else. You might have to go to the Talmud or some other book, again, outside of the Bible. Find something else outside of the Bible to prove your point. I'll wait.
Like I said, either way, yeah, it may not be canonical, but it would still be classed as a biblical text. You can't escape that argument. You can try and run, but you see, the thing is, every time you run, you're going to make it harder for yourself to then you just comprise an argument.
But it sounds like you're doing the running, though, Shifa. Huh? I said it sounds like you're doing the running.
It might sound like it to you because maybe you're not understanding what's transpired. You know what it is? I don't think you're really like fully up on this information, what's transpiring in front of you right now. I think that maybe you're kind of stalling a little bit somewhere and seeing things in a way that you shouldn't be. But it's misfortunate. It's misfortunate.
No, don't get twisted, Shifa. We're not going to do that. I understand what you lot are talking about. I understand the topic. But what I'm saying to you is you started somewhere and now you're somewhere else. And you're talking about
No, we're in the same place. Sorry, Chevelle. I don't know if you just listened to my last sentence. I'll say it one more time for anyone who didn't get it. What I'm saying to you is we're in the same place. This is a biblical text. That's undeniable. It's not a canonical text. That's also undeniable. But we don't have to deal with canon. What we have to deal with is what exists.
But even outside of canon, what you read didn't prove your point.
Listen to how he started this sentence, Kev. Listen to how he started this sentence. He said, but.
Because you were supposed to prove space and aliens. But from what you read, it didn't sound too dissimilar.
What is alien, bro? What does alien mean?
Shifa, you realize we've paused the video again to go back to a topic that you couldn't actually handle.
Bro, just answer the question. We're not arguing. What does alien mean? I don't want to have this back and forth
with you on this topic. It's
what does alien mean, bro?
I would rather watch the video and discuss what's being discussed in the video, not to sit here and argue with you over aliens and heaven. You don't even know Hebrew. You don't even know the basics. Why am I wasting my time arguing with you on this? I'm not having fun doing this with you right now. I'm not. I'd rather watch the video.
I've got you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm being a little bit moody.
You are being very, very, very facetious right now, bro. I'm just going to be honest. And I don't want to get there with you.
I don't care. So I don't care how I'm
going to let it ride out. I'm going to let it ride out. Well, it's not a thing. It's not an issue. I don't see what the upset is, though, Zulu. At the end of the day, it is a biblical text.
There's no upset. There's no upset.
Well, then why you say that? This is the thing. If I was just arguing with you, it'd be different. I'm not just arguing with you, though. I'm actually.
I personally don't find this conversation entertaining, fun. You're just arguing over basic points. I don't.
So it's everything about your entertainment. Then.
I would rather watch the video.
What about everyone else's entertainment, though? What about everyone else? Why is it just about you right now? That's a bit sentimental.
I'm the one engaging in the conversation.
Yeah, but it can't be just about you. There's two of us in the conversation, and there's a whole audience listening, brother. So I'm saying, like, maybe just relax a little. It's not. I'm not attacking you personally. I'm not saying nothing derogatory about you.
This is not
Don't
about
get.
tax.
Well, you sound, bro. The way you sound intense right now. It's like, I don't know. I'm not that intense. I'm just trying to go through this with you and see if we can come to a level of understanding that we both agree upon. That's what I'm trying to do, bro.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Shifa. Look at the video right now. What's the time stop on the video? 12 minutes and 42 minutes. Do you not think if you weren't interrupting, we would have at least gone to 30 minutes by now and had more things to talk about? Do you not think that would have been happening right now?
I get it. You think that I'm presenting information that's a waste of time. I get it, bro.
Yes, it is a waste of time.
To that effect, if that's your opinion, you're entitled to it. If everyone else thinks that, let's just move on. Everyone else agreeing?
No, I don't think it's a waste of time. No.
I'm sorry, Zulu, man. The eyes have it.
I mean, to those who don't think it's a waste of time, you guys can have the discussion with Shifa on that topic. I think it's a waste of time for me to talk to him about that personally.
But this is the thing,
Zulu. I would rather watch the video.
I'm listen.
I'm ready to. Let's play some more of the video, man.
Yeah, play some more of the video. Let's drop it for a bit.
More intelligent than us spiritually.
So is it fair to say that the aliens were the first ones to smash monkeys?
No, they didn't do the monkeys. We were right? Because when we were here, they didn't call us apes. They called us beings.
Yeah.
And in the Epic of Atrahasis, there was this big war getting ready to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Enki and Lil and Anu were in this place in South Africa called Adam's Calendar, where they found the very first gold mines that human beings were working underneath their boot. Anyway, so the Ijiji, who were the working class Anunnaki, came from Mars to Earth to go to war against them because they felt like they were being enslaved, even though they weren't supposed to be slaves. They were just working class people. They felt like they were doing too much labor. For 250,000 years, they were working.
Whoa.
And they came to Earth and they encircled the campus and they said, we're going to go to war. And it was like, well, why? And they were like, well, we've been asking you for relief. The workload is too heavy and we don't have any women. So
that's a big issue.
They were complaining about no women, literally in the ancient tablets. And so Enki says,
they need a king of diamonds, bro.
Yeah, what were they saying? What were they saying?
Enki says, I have an idea. Because they had kind of discussed in a weird way fashioning people. That means like robotics.
Okay.
But they had talked about their home planet. When they tried that, it failed. So that's a clue as to what AI and robotics can do to a planet. They were like, there's an existing being here, though, that we can add our essence to, talking about genetic modification, and get them to bear your load.
So don't make robots, make people that can do your work for you.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
So they started with that method first.
So they're just forcing human beings to do their work for them.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And that's how they bring them the offerings.
Yeah.
When you bring the offerings, your best harvest and your fresh calves, that's their meat. That's their food.
This is what you see in the biblical text.
They're eating. That's their meals. They're not going to go out and hunt. I mean, this archaeologist was talking to me in Egypt in 2014 and was just laughing. He was showing me one of the altars. He said, these people were so dumb. He just said his own people. He says they would line up in ancient times for miles to bring their best offerings to the head god. Wow. And the god was just putting them all this food in the storehouses. And he showed me where the storehouses were inside these temples. They would put these things in there. Then they had these other areas underneath the temple where other priests would go underneath and speak, and it would resonate their voice. And it would be the voice of God talking. And it was all this, nothing but a sham, to get them to bring all this food and gold and offerings and everything else.
I mean, I do believe that, because if you go to Chichen Itza, you can have the limestone creates this like a vibration effect, and you can have like a conversation, like me and you can talk to one another across a football field.
Yes,
like this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the sound bounces.
It's crazy.
Comes right back at you.
Yeah. So if they were using that as some sort of a technological advantage, like some Wizard of Oz shit.
Yeah.
Whoa. So were they literally eating it, or were they eating off like the energy of the sacrifice? Or
no, they were eating the food. They were barbecuing.
What about sacrifice? What about
they had a cookout?
They weren't barbecuing. There's the aliens there.
Eating oxtail and shit.
Red hot.
Anunnaki eating oxtail is a mad thing. That is,
I wonder if any of this can be found in the tablets for real.
Well, he just says that's what they're doing with the dead bodies, isn't it? Or the offerings. That's his spin.
Yeah. I remember he's making a lot of money from these stories. He's making a lot of money. So
yeah, I think it's one of them. It's one of them ones where you can't. I couldn't say what he's saying is untrue. Like you're saying, it seems like he's putting a spin on it, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that it hasn't got any truth to it neither.
No, we acknowledge that there is core truths to most of what he's saying, but he nurtures the point to build a whole narrative around those truths. That's the problem. It's not just what the text says. He builds a story around it. That's the problem.
Ain't that what everyone does?
No, but if we can just take me to the direct source and I just read it for what it is, then I'll take that. But not this whole oxtail thing and aliens, or they needed women and they wanted to make robots. Like, what are we doing? Robots.
Yeah, but you were telling us, bro, you were telling us a hot minute ago about dimensions and conflating dimensions with heavens and stuff. And there's no mention of that in the Bible, bro. So you're doing the same thing. You're no different.
There's no mention of space in the Bible. If we're going to argue about words, that's a totally different story.
But bro, I'm just saying,
is the concept different in the Bible? Yes.
That's why I say that we should take. When I try to speak about the Bible, or whatever, I don't take space, universe, planets. Like, come on, that's old school. You're supposed to know that. We all supposed to know that. So there's no point saying like there's no space, bro, in the biblical thing. So it is what it is.
And when you say there's no space in the biblical thing, that's true. But what I did show you is that what we call stars is definitely in there, and how the stars are moving about, especially, seems a lot different, bro. Hence why you got, for instance, flat earthers. Yes, I just showed it to you, bro. In the biblical text in Enoch, bro, the stars are passing through portals in the sky, bro.
Yeah, but that's what the sun is doing. The star. Remember, the sun is a star.
The sun's got a tent around it. Exactly. The sun's got a tent around it.
Hold on, wait. But people believe that these luminary lights, are passing through portals. Hence, when you can see them and you can't. People believe.
I get that people may believe that, cool, and I'm not disputing that, bro. I'm just saying, if these things are passing through portals in the sky that a man can travel to and get to and watch them going through, then the concept that we've been given of space or the heavens or the skies and what's up above us outside of what we know as so-called planet Earth, the whole concept is warped.
Wait. He didn't say that he was past the firmament, though.
Who didn't say that?
Whoever you're quoting.
Who? Enoch.
Yeah, he's just talking about the portals. He went.
Yeah, he never mentioned the firmament.
The earth and saw portals, isn't it?
And he went to the ends of the heavens and saw portals.
And saw portals.
The end of heaven.
Yeah, but like that's not.
Where's the end of heaven? Pardon me?
What is that proving?
Well, when the reference to heaven there is reference to the sky, because heaven is the sky, and that's why we've got more than one heaven, and that's why I was trying to get Zulu to allude to that earlier.
But I mean, what's that proving in terms of space, though? Where's space coming to it?
Well, it's not proving space; it's proving that what we're calling space, or outside of our plane of existence, or planet, so-called planet of existence, is existing to some effect, even if not in the concept that science gives us.
What?
Bro, if you want to talk about space in NASA's concept of space, like floating around in space and it's a vacuum and all of this nonsense, then that idea would go out of the window when you start reading the Bible. It would give you a complete different alternative concept of something that would be in the same category.
Yeah, you brought up space though, but like
when I say space, that's what I mean. I don't mean space as in NASA's concept. I'm just saying space so it's easier related
space
in the conversation.
I don't get what does space mean? I don't mean nothing.
Well, space to some people means outside of this planet.
Okay, outside. See, you said planet.
Yeah, outside. Well, this is the thing. Some people's concept of planet, is what you're calling Earth.
Yeah, you're just mixing up paradigms. Do you know what I mean? Planet is
we ain't really got a choice because everyone's confused. Everyone's using their own words.
Why haven't you got a choice?
Well, unfortunately, everyone's got their own way of using English.
Yeah, but the correct way to mean what you say.
So what is the correct way? What is the correct way that you would describe where human beings dwell?
Earth.
Okay, and why do you call it Earth?
It's a colloquial name referring to the ground that we walk on.
Okay, so what about the humans who dwell on water?
I don't know about the humans that dwell on water.
Well, Navy. They're not on Earth, then, are they? What are they on?
They're on Earth. On Earth, it's all there's ground under them, and that. It's ground. They came from land. So
Okay.
yeah, we're on Earth. This connected thing that where we all can swim in and jump in and walk on. Yeah, this is
Okay.
Earth. How far it goes, what shape it is, that's not been determined.
Okay, so I was going to ask you about the boundaries or the the restrictions of the
I have
planet.
no idea. But I suggest that very few people know what the boundaries of Earth are, if any.
Okay. Well, I was just going by what the Bible says. The Bible says, when we reach certain boundaries, there are portals to access.
No, the Bible don't say that.
Well, it says there's portals. It says there's portals, bro.
No. Enoch says it.
Enoch
says it, right?
Well, a biblical text says then. Let's say a biblical text. It is a biblical text, bro. Yes, it is. It's a non-canonical.
Even the Jews don't
bro,
recognize the book.
A non-canonical text.
I tell you guys, like, no one raised the book. I'm not gonna say anything. Let me just mute up, man.
All right, cool. You can say that. That's your interpretation. You're entitled to have that opinion.
Lulu, you need to get out your feelings on. Like, I'll be honest, my bro.
It's not feelings. It's just I don't know why we're entertaining Schiffer. I don't know why we're doing this. He does this every
I'm gonna
time.
shut up, bro. I'm gonna shut up. You too.
He does it all the time. This is a good video to discuss. This is a good topic to discuss, and he's just coming in with whatever he's doing. I don't understand.
Bro, can you hear Jedi talking as well? Are you all right, bro? This is what I mean. It's like you just want to take a shot right now. I get it. You're upset. I get it, bro. But at the end of the day, if the man's asking me questions and talking to me about something, what am I supposed to do? Ignore him because you're upset? That don't make sense, bro. Like, if you want to play the video, play the video. I was quite happily listening.
No, you wasn't. But anyway.
Someone sacrifice some more hot sauce.
I mean, think about it. I mean, if you were the ruler of a planet,
Billy, I think you might be putting on what you would do in that situation. Is that possible?
I'm telling you, these people ate the food because I take tours to Egypt all the time. Last year, I took 140 people on a private tour.
Yeah.
And when I I take a homegrown Egyptologist and a homegrown guide with us. And he takes us to the temples where they actually have the where they actually have the storehouses.
Getting hungry. Billy's getting hungry.
It's like that damn barbecue.
Hey, man. Listen.
Okay, so go. So you're there. But they take you to all the different spots.
So we take you to the temples and we show you where they would hide the food, where they take all the offerings and where they would store it.
Yeah.
It was their grocery store, literally.
Wow. Tour announcement. We're 2 weekends away. Madison Square Garden.
He's claiming
He's this part alien?
Yes, I believe so.
So
You saying what?
Is he claiming the altar was a grocery store?
No, he's saying there was compartments there where all stuff was being stored, and I don't know. Yeah, that was a grocery store.
Okay.
He was breaking away. He was using his power, and he's like, "Yo, what these aliens are doing to us is fucked up.
Right.
We need to break free from that, and I'm going to liberate the people."
Yeah. So you have to understand. You're right on point. There's good and evil in
Jesus
everything.
is the man, bro.
Yeah, there's good and evil in everything.
We're all part alien at this point, right?
Absolutely. It's in our DNA.
Oh, fuck. I thought he was a little bit more.
Well, he was more. He was a little bit more, yes.
How was he a little bit more?
Well, if you look at the Apocrypha text, you discover that not only was Jesus's mom a virgin birth, but his grandmother was also a virgin birth. Nobody ever talks about that in church, and they hear about that in Sunday school.
Wait a minute. So his grandma, wow.
Yeah. So you see this establishment of this particular bloodline.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he comes through the womb and then begins to regain all of his own memories, right? So he is a reincarnation of himself from a previous lifetime.
Oof.
That's why sometimes I hypothesize that he could be Thoth the Atlantean, who says that he could incarnate on and in any plane he desires. Could he have decided now to come back through the womb?
So Thoth the Atlantean was the king of the Atlantean Empire.
Yeah, he was one of them,
or one of the leaders of the Atlantean Empire. He's
Yeah.
reincarnating inside Jesus.
Yeah.
And why has he chosen to help the people instead of enslave us like he did in the
Good
past?
question. When you look at the ancient text where Jesus gets all of his information from,
yeah,
the Emerald Tablets of Thoth.
We need to talk about that.
Emerald tablets. He's a reincarnation of Thoth, of Heru. No, is it Heru? Is that the Kemetic way of saying Thoth?
No.
What was it again?
I can't think. Heru is Horus.
Yeah. But you know, there's an Egyptian way of saying Thoth, right? Because that's Greek. I forgot.
Yeah. My mind's gone blank. Tahuti, there you go.
Tahuti, yes. And he's also Hermes to the Greeks. It's the equivalent. The thrice great Hermes, the Hermetica. Interesting book.
Right.
Tablets, bro.
38,000-year-old text in there in the book that I wrote about.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Triple H.
I line up the Christian text, and I line up Jesus's text from the New Testament.
This is going to seem really ignorant. People were writing shit down 36,000 years ago.
Thoth authored these tablets himself. He actually wrote. He didn't have a scribe. A lot of the times, these God figures or these leaders would have scribes.
Right.
He actually wrote it down himself. He actually put it onto these tablets.
And what is he writing in? What language?
Well, it looked like the language was runes, R-U-N-E-S. Okay. And in this text, he writes about coming to this planet after the Great Flood and seeing the temples of ancient Kemet sticking up out of the mud and actually going on a mission to help rebuild civilization. Not that it was for the first time, but he's rebuilding it to a high level.
So it was already built, destroyed. He's like, hey, let's run it back again.
Right. His father sends him on a mission. His father says, go to the land of Chem and do the plan that ye know of. So he gets his crew and he gets into the great ship of the master and he takes off until the planet disappears. This is the
horizon.
Right, he's up in the sky.
Oh, he's coming from.
He's in a ship that goes up.
Gotcha.
Because you know this, because when he gets over the land of Chem, he goes, I see the land of Chem beneath us, and I see the temples rising up out of the mud that were flooded by the fountains.
Now we come back.
Now he comes down to the ground.
The fountains is the Great Flood.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
He opens the door. He comes out and he calls these people barbarians coming to attack him. Probably territorial.
Crazy.
And he says, I raised my staff and sent out a ray of vibration, stopping them still as fragments of stone of the mountain. So now he's got a stun gun that can freeze them in their tracks.
You see what he just did there? You see what he just did there? He went from raised. I bet you the thing actually probably might still say raised, right? But he jumped and said stun gun. It's like, wow.
Because he's talking about what he said the rays do to stop them in their tracks, and so he's obviously hypothesizing, but it still does stand though, right? If that's what it says.
I mean, I don't know if I haven't fact checked if that the text says that. I'll be honest on that one. But even if it does, it's interesting how he's making everything technological, right? Like if the ancients
but there's not a problem with that because there's not a problem with that because magic is and technology could be deemed as one and the same. Having the know-how to do something is like, there's. So I always believe that you can have that. For instance, I believe God can teach you how to do something that you think is magic or whatever. He could teach you what it is, or he can leave clues to what he's done, so you can look at his creation and inspect it, and then learn about how things are just by how he's put it together.
Brother, if I had a camera on the screen back in the day, you'd think I could trap people in boxes.
So is actual projection technology
of the mind, it's discovering and rediscovering the technology of the soul, spirit, and mental,
And how do we know they didn't have technology to enhance it?
Technology of dimension, because your brain being a receiver, and then you understanding that the technology of how that works, the components. Yeah, your brain is. Yes.
I wouldn't class it as technology because I wouldn't say breathing is technology. If it's a natural
no,
function.
you are technology. Yeah,
that's right.
You knowing how to utilize your breath to get you to travel to other states of consciousness and therefore be able to escape the boundaries of this and enter others. That is knowing how to use the technology properly. It's technology. Biotechnology, you can call it biotechnology or whatever, but yeah, it was created by design to do phenomenal things. So yes, it is a technology. It
I like how you
doesn't
said
mean that it's
biotechnology.
man-made. God's the biggest technician.
I like how you said biotechnology. You stopped me in my tracks because I was gonna go on the definition of technology. I was gonna say like that's not the same as the body because it's technical and machinery, but you said biotechnology, so
yeah, but it's because what we understand machinery in terms of hardware and rare, but we are machines, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have engines, we have circuits, you know, all of that. Electronic charge, bioelectronics, rare. We're the ultimate robot, cyborg, whatever, AI. Get me?
A carbon borg.
Everything's trying to imitate the master architect, the grand architect, right?
Right. But okay, so because I would put spiritual at a different category, but I guess spiritual could be a form of technology.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. And then you think about it like this, yeah? Have you noticed that spiritual battles require swords and bows and chariots and certain things? Do you understand what I mean?
Can't lie. I mean, we could say that's symbolic, or maybe he's using the best words he can describe to describe what he's seeing, right? I would propose that. Maybe it's more than that, which then actually proves what you're saying about technology, actually. So I take that back. Take that back.
Big up Anarchy Television. Jump on. The secret can be found in the flower of life.
Oh. That's sacred geometry. It's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. AI backwards. I am. What? What's it? I am. It's IA. Hey, stop that immediately, bro.
You know what's funny? I was thinking, there's no way. Was that beefy? And then I looked, oh, it was beefy.
No way. Hey, beefy, stop that immediately, brother. You can go and sit next to Billy Carson, mate.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, just when I was watching this, I was thinking of Mackie and Beefy the whole time.
Libby.
I'm not even gonna cut, bro. I was thinking of Beefy the whole time, bro.
Because it's a bit noirish as well, a little bit. But yeah, obviously he learned some bits and pieces. He's definitely. I think Sniper might agree with a couple of things he's saying. I can't confirm he agree with all of it though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he definitely.
Marcus told me about the Emerald tablets. He definitely believes that.
Say again.
He's told me about the Emerald tablets.
But it doesn't. But you don't know in what context he believes in it or he's referenced it. So I can't say that he'd be sitting here watching this and be like, yeah, agree. But he'd probably pick out a couple of things and be like, yeah, he's on the right track or whatnot. I've heard him talk about Billy Carson before. He's come. He had other names before, isn't it? This brother's like definitely a military fucking asset, bro.
Of course. But what's his role? What's his role though? Why is he here?
I swear he started on Instagram. I think he was called Forbidden Knowledge. If I'm not wrong, if he was Forbidden Knowledge, he used to follow me on Instagram. And then something happened, and I don't know, man. It's just he's a bit inside manish.
Do you think he's with them, or do you think he's just a normal person?
Yes, of course, yes.
Then what would his assignment be?
The same assignment that Alex Jones has, or Russell Brand has, or it's the same assignment, man.
But would you not say Alex Jones and Russell Brand probably speak more truth because I've never seen Alex Jones say something that's not true. Let me not say never. Most of what Alex Jones says is actually happening.
Stop that. He's a shit. He'd stop that. No.
What?
But it's not about saying what's not true. It's about leading you in a direction. You get me, and getting you to believe things that ain't gonna lead you to uncovering what's really going on. It's about being paid to disseminate information, the information they need out there, but to give it with a twist that has you looking in the wrong way. Yeah, it's about the art of misdirection. Yeah, it's the art of putting something right under your nose. Yeah, these men are shills. This is what you call controlled opposition. Yeah, out here, I'm here to destroy the government, man. And then these men are Satanists, and these men are all in clubs. Don't ever doubt it, Zulu, man. Follow your fucking. Don't follow your heart, bro.
No. I 100% agree with you on all of them being a part of the team.
Bro, don't fall for the trick, bro.
I'm saying, like, is Bill Carson's role actually pivotal? Because people.
Yeah, is everyone who? Why does it? How pivotal does it need to be? What do you know? What the plan is? Do you know where he's gonna be in 10 years' time or not? Do you know what information he's been assigned to put out there and disseminate? And do you know how that affects us or not? This is the thing. We can't dare to guess or speculate. You don't know how important anyone is. One day he's just an everyday dude, and oh yeah, I know him. Next thing you know, he's running for president. Or next thing you know, his death is the biggest topic out here. Or next thing you know, he claims to be exposing this thing, or he's in jail for this. Or we don't know. They got their script writers. We don't know what one man's gonna be today to tomorrow. You don't know what the relevance, why he's around, why he's not around. Has Puff always been around to end up? No, did he? Was his fate? You don't know. All I'm saying is, we know his name, and he's got views, and he's making money, and he's out there. That's all we need to know, right? He's dead there. We know him. He sits with this man and that man and this man and that man. Know what time it is. He's not struggling to get his opinion out. Get me?
He's being platformed.
He's platformed, man, already. We're watching him. No doubt this has got 1 million views. 1.5 million in 8 days. Yeah, man. You ain't getting blacklisted, blackballed. No. I'm running danger playing this video. We're running danger. The risks are all on us. He's good. Don't ever forget.
But let's say, like, if you were to give a percentage out of the 1.5 million people, how many people actually think he's taking him serious?
Say that again.
Out of the 1.5 million people watching him, how much of those people are actually taking him serious? If you're
slightly doing a bit of a shiffer.
How so?
Yeah, because this is what Schiffer does, bro. Here you go. Take your pick, man. You keep scanning when you find a video. When you find like enough evidence of people like not rating him.
See, look at that one with the laughing emojis. Come on, bro.
Okay, cool. I hear you, man. I hear you.
What the prophet ridiculed.
He's liked enough.
Of course, he's making money. He's being liked by some people, but like I think most people think it's a joke. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think ridicule should be the main.
I don't think so. I think the tide of these comments. Remember, I go to the newest comments, innit?
Yeah.
I think the tide of these comments show that people listen to him, man.
He's definitely entertaining, but I can't. Maybe I'm projecting what I think, but I would assume that a lot of people don't actually take him that serious. But I don't know.
He just says a mad thing.
See, look, you can't even pronounce Mahabharata, and he wants to decipher the Holy Trinity of Hindu texts. About time to block this podcast. Bro, even Schultz, the guy that is podcasting, was laughing at him the whole time, bro. He was mocking him the whole time. He was not taking him serious, bro.
Who? The guy whose podcast it is?
Yeah. And they kept saying stuff like, "Oh, we don't take what he's saying seriously." They kept putting bad disclaimers, saying that, "Oh, this is all entertainment."
I hear you still. Well, he's got enough of a platform. You get me?
The gullible believe him. Like the people that are like, "Oh, aliens! Oh, the Bible proves aliens." There's people that are obsessed with aliens.
Like I don't know, man. He's sitting down. I don't think people sitting down really to mock him. Do you know what I mean? People fuck with this guy, man.
Yeah, of course. I can see them. Some of them do, yeah. I would say though, people that are like read up, like intellectuals, people that read up source material, probably. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this guy came up of I'm sure this guy was in the army or something like that, bro.
The army?
Yeah, or something. Trust me, bro. Trust me, brother. I'm sure this guy served in the army or something like that.
It says he's a CEO, he's got companies, he sells books. Because I'm not gonna cap, this just looks like a big hustle. Like the alien stuff and
a hustle how? Like that's in just like making money from talking about it.
Yeah.
So the man that found that funny, boy.
And he's looking at them like, what's funny? Because he thinks he's telling like some real shit, and they're all laughing at him. The whole time it's like this. I promise you, the whole time it's like this. They don't take him serious at all. He's looking bare confused, like what's
the
funny?
type of thing that they normally do. Are they even into this type of thing?
Nah. Like they've had Alex Jones on like twice, but most of the time it's just regular people like Joe Rogan and other people, comedians, celebrities.
When they had Alex Jones on, what was he talking about?
Bro, Alex Jones was acting, taking off his shirt, wearing costumes, was acting crazy like a clown, but then saying some real shit. So I don't know why he has to do that and say real shit at the same time. I don't know.
Man, listen, man, this is just another. I don't know, bruv. They know what they're doing, bro. Mocking or not, they're getting these theories out there. You get me? They're giving them serious platforms, planting seeds. Yeah, sometimes you have to go on a mockery. First they laugh, then they what do they say? First they laugh, then they insult you, then they imitate you. Some shit like that.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Trust me. They laughed at David Icke. Now everyone thinks David Icke is gospel. You understand?
That's true.
First they introduce him through ridicule, but they still introduce you. You got to remember that as well. Another thing that I learned, from watching how things work. I seen certain brothers how subtle the grooming is for like social consciousness. I see how people are introduced in like it's slick. So for instance, if they want to introduce you, they might introduce you as in, here's the bad guy. Knowing that you look at who it's coming from and saying, nah, this guy can't be the bad guy. He must be the good guy because you lot are saying he's the bad guy. And that was what they wanted in the first place. So they give you these kind of anti-heroes and villains from a blatantly fucked up perspective and make you feel like you're some genius by decoding it and realizing this guy's actually a good guy. You understand? They wanted you to think that in the first place. That's why they gave it to you like that. They knew if they told you he was a good guy, you'd start trying to see through him. So a lot of the time they build people up by exposing them to negative press. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like, when they put guys like this on here, it isn't to take the piss out of them. It's to give them a platform. It's to make you a subject. It's to make you be somebody, to exist. Oh yeah, I saw that guy on on that flagrant, whatever.
Flagrant.
Yeah, I saw that guy on that flagrant thing. Yeah. Now he's included in the conversation. Yeah, I heard about that before. Still, I can't remember where I saw it. One guy, I can't remember. But yeah, really. Yeah, maybe four. Next thing you know, man, say, "Well, I heard someone they do say fourth is Jesus." He's just getting
common knowledge now. Common knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, just because.
Hey guys.
Yes, big ups of chicken cook. Huh? Oh.
No, she jumped in, yeah. Now I hear that. I mean, yeah, the elevating his status, giving more visibility, subconsciously programming these ideas. We laugh at them at the beginning, but then it becomes common knowledge later on.
And then dickheads like me are gonna play the video.
But at least we're smoking them though. We're debunking it. I mean, we're not just watching and absorbing. We're debunking it. You know what I mean?
Still, man, like over the years, the job gets done. The job gets done. It's like you can't stop the wave, bro.
Yeah.
Yesterday I got porn bomb nasty. I don't know if you lot saw it at home. I forgot all about that yesterday. So yeah, I got porn bomb disgustingly.
Big up. Sorry about my leaving like that. Basically, so I've had my phone resting on the side, and then all of a sudden you lot got quiet. But sometimes my phone does that; it will just turn the volume down, right? And then I realized water went into it, into the speaker. But it's like it didn't get in there enough, because by the time I did a little. Okay, how can I work this now?
What did you do?
I had to.
Is it?
Blow into the phone.
Did you exhale over it?
I had to exhale and so I can get the residual. Oh God. Okay, so you don't know what I had to do, and then I put in rice for like.
What did you do?
I put.
What did you do?
I had to get the water, the residual water, out of the speaker area of the phone.
How did you do that?
So I had to put my lips on the speaker area of the phone and get the residual water out of the phone. It wasn't a lot though. It was, oh God. So then I put the phone in a bag of rice for like 5 minutes, come back to it, and then the speaker was all right. So
you know the rice don't actually work, right?
It does, man.
I don't know. I feel like it does draw the water out of wherever.
Something happens, bro.
Yeah, the
wife term. Trust me.
Nah, I've done it before though.
No, I've known someone that recently dropped their phone, submerged in water, like they were washing dishes. Phone submerged.
Yeah, it don't matter no more. With these new phones, it don't matter.
No, but it works. By the next day, because it was already acting up. In a couple of hours, and then she put it in the rice for overnight, and by the next day it was working.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've dropped my phone in water, dropped it in the bath, dropped it in the sink.
Probably you have shit phones.
All you do, you just put the phone underneath the heater. That's all you do, and you need to blow. You need to dry out the charger port. You need to dry out the charger port. Get the heater to blow into the charger port.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, Shifa.
So what do? You groom the heater into doing them nasty.
He groomed the heater, yes.
How you encourage the heater to do them things?
Well, the heat is a machine, bro. It can be encouraged to do whatever I ask it to do. It's a slave.
Stop that. As you said that with a smile on your face. That's
you could hear it, innit, Jedi?
Yeah, all right.
You could hear the little sneakiness.
Well, soon as we're here, since we had a slight little break here, I just wanted to say, because Zulu don't want to have the conversation with me, and he says that obviously you even said it as well. You said that the book of Enoch is not canonical. I just wanted to point out that some people who say that the book of Enoch is not canonical would still reference it. And I think that that's ridiculous, especially in a sense of people
Oh
accepting
God.
things like Dead Sea Scrolls that were found in the same damn cave as the Book of Enoch. Some of them want to accept that, but they don't want to accept Enoch. That suggests to me that certain people got agendas and certain people are, directly
Certain people,
enforcing
Yeah, but what? Hold on, hold on,
agendas
hold
of
on.
the scripture.
What is in the Dead Sea Scrolls, though?
A lot of things. Like the Book of War. You don't even know what that is. Like, if you actually get the complete Dead Sea Scrolls, there's a lot of things in there.
You know what? I got it, you know.
So
a lot of things, Schiffer.
Yeah, but they can't be relevant if Book of Enoch ain't relevant, because remember, they was all from found in the same place together. So it's the same group of people.
Okay, but the thing is, I think what the claim is that not everything found in the Dead Sea, not everything found in that cave or in those clay pots were of the same age. So yeah, there was different texts that were preserved, and some of that text was newer than others, right?
Yeah.
So now the claim is that only a few of those texts are actually what you would call authentic from translations or whatnot of the real text pertaining to the Bible, pertaining to the Torah.
So then, what's the point in the New Testament then? When did text stop being written?
The New Testament didn't come from the Dead Sea Scrolls, though, bro.
Exactly.
I'm not saying the New Testament did. I'm just giving you an example of how new text can still be relevant. That's all I'm giving an example of. So if I haven't done that,
we're talking about totally different time frames. The Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered like literally 2008. No, I'm joking, but it's like
1960 something or something like that. Yeah.
When were they written?
Man's grandparents are older than the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. You gotta be careful, bro, because you know these men are on top journaling. So I've always side-eyed the Dead Sea Scrolls personally, because it's like what they were just found yesterday in some pots.
Yeah, but did you hear the point? Did you hear the point that I made?
What point?
I said that it's funny that some people will reference things like Dead Sea Scrolls, but then throw Enoch out of the window. To me, that seems like a bit of an agenda. I never said that I'm using the Dead Sea Scrolls as a reference point.
No, but what we're saying is we don't need to use the Dead Sea Scrolls. They're not.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, because how can 1 second? How can the Dead Sea Scrolls be classed as a biblical text, but they're found in the same place this text was found, but this one ain't classed as a biblical
text? What are you talking about? It contains biblical. It contains biblical books, but the Dead Sea Scrolls isn't a biblical text. It contains passages from Isaiah, passages from Jeremiah. It contains scriptures from the Bible that we have today, showing that, well, back in the day, it's the same book that we have today, or books. But it's not a complete Bible. The Dead Sea Scrolls isn't a Bible. It's not like the
I never said it was a Bible, bro.
You said that the Dead Sea Scrolls is a biblical text.
I said it contains biblical text, bro. What are you doing?
We don't need it because that text exists before the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it's not no revelation.
I never said it was. I just said it's biblical text.
But you're saying man will quote the. I'm saying no one needs to no one here needs to quote the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No one's talking about people here, bro. I'm saying in general, in general, bro. So it's not a reference to you.
Say names, innit? Say names, innit, Carl?
That's what I was trying to get at earlier, but
you're not doing this certain
the thing is, I didn't need to. Do you know why I didn't need to say names? Because Zulu already said that they're relevant.
What are you saying, Kemo, do you
Zulu already said that they're relevant though, so I don't need to call names. He said that.
Listen, the Septuagint is older than the Dead Sea Scrolls. You know this. There's older Bibles than whatever's in the
but you said the Dead Sea Scrolls are relevant though.
No,
we didn't.
You never said
that.
Hearing things. Yeah, but you never said that.
Maybe I am hearing things because it sounded like you said that.
Yeah.
I think he said something along the lines of it has a lot of information, but he never said it's relevant.
Okay, is that information of any use, or is that a waste of time?
Guys, I'm sorry, man.
I know, darling. You're really unwell.
This is simple. This is what I mean. And
But
then
you're
when you
even
say
laughing.
I'm
You know
playing
this is
games,
funny, Shifa. You even laughing.
bro,
Come
I'm
on,
just
man. What are you
asking you:
doing?
is that information of any use, or is it a waste of time? It's that simple, bro. It's a simple question.
Do you use it? Is the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls are they of any use to you, Zulu?
I would say so, yeah. I think any text that has historical presence demonstrating or showing a resemblance to the Bible in some ways does give maybe a bit more validity to the Bible, that it's not just this KJV or not just this NIV, but there's actually older versions of this saying the same thing, like it being intact. I think that does have some validity or usage.
How?
But it
If
doesn't.
it's not true,
It's not the foundation of biblical authenticism. It's not like, oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls is what makes the Bible real, because again, there's older Bibles than whatever's in the Dead Sea Scrolls. The
are there
Septuagint,
things in the Dead Sea
the
Scrolls that
Silver
aren't in the
Scrolls.
Bible?
Pardon?
Are there things in the Dead Sea Scrolls that are not in the Bible?
Yes, loads of
Well,
things.
then,
Some
well,
of those
then,
things were actually some of those things in the Dead Sea Scrolls were actually written during the time. They weren't written by the prophets that the Bible speaks of. A lot of those were written by Pharisees. Like
I
it
didn't
was
ask
the
you that part.
I think when you look at the Qumran caves, it was the Essenes that would go to these Qumran caves and they would take these scrolls and hide them because the Romans were going around destroying the temple and doing all that stuff. So a lot of those writings are like mystical. A lot of those things come from specific sects of Judaism, like the Sadducees, Pharisees, etc. So I wouldn't say this is like from Moses or it's like from the prophets. It's not like 100% this is from, the people or from the Bible, but it's from the Pharisees. It's from the,
Okay.
it's from the Pharisees.
Is the New Testament from Moses or from the prophets?
No.
So what's the problem then? I don't. This is what I mean. To me, that is blatant favoritism. That's
But Shipper, you're
blatant
putting the Dead Sea
favoritism,
Scrolls and the New Testament on the same level, and
bro.
maybe again,
God.
maybe we differ on what is considered scripture, and that's your prerogative. But the New Testament clearly points to the Old Testament. It fulfills the Old Testament. The New Testament writers quote the Old Testament numerously, and he is the Messiah described of in the Old Testament to come. He fulfilled it in his ministry, so it's connected. There's no way around that. I mean, you can disbelieve. That's fine. You might as well be an Orthodox Jew. But the New Testament clearly has a connection to the Old Testament. Those writings, they're married.
Okay.
One prophesies, one fulfills.
That's that. You know what? Fair enough. You can say that, but can you please answer the question? Is the New Testament written by some prophet like Moses?
He answered it though.
Well, I mean, to be honest, you could possibly consider the apostles prophets to some extent. Again, I can't call them directly prophets because I know there's a specific criteria for that, and they're called apostles and disciples, right? But did they make prophecies? I'm pretty sure Paul made some prophecies. Actually, I know he made some prophecies.
Is it possible to get a yes or no answer?
You probably could consider Paul a prophet, to be honest.
What do you want to call them prophet? Do you want to call them prophets or not, bro? What do you want to do? Make a decision.
Okay, but whether or not I call them prophets, what is the point?
What are you doing, Shifa?
What is the point?
Whether or not oh my god! You know what? This is why I'm like Chevelle. I don't know what's wrong with you today, but please.
No, I'm asking you, what is your problem? Because he's answering you. I know you. Hold on. I know you want a yes or no answer, but he's given his explanation as to why he thinks or he doesn't think they could be.
No, but if you know my problem, why are you asking me my problem? Let me and him
because you're not allowing him to finish his answer, one, and two, you're trying to get an answer that you want out of him.
No, I asked him, is it possible to get a yes or no answer? That's all I asked. That's not an unfair question. I asked, is that possible? I never said you
it was unfair.
I didn't say he has to give me a yes or no answer. And yes, I may be, trying to get a yes or no answer. That's fair. I'm entitled to try and get what I want. It's just the same as he's entitled to try and answer the way he wants.
Yeah. You're right, Shifa, still. But yeah, so what did the prophets? Are the apostles prophets? No.
Well, then my point stands.
Your point is that no prophets writ the New Testament.
That's right. So therefore, if you're considering that biblical, then how are you throwing this one away? You're just like
not everyone that read the Old Testament was prophets. You
bro, listen. Listen.
What was your answer? What did you say, Zulu? Not everyone what?
Not everyone that wrote the Old Testament was a prophet.
I never said
So
they were.
is
I'm just
that
saying.
your way of
I'm
saying
just
if he
saying.
wasn't a prophet,
No.
then it can't be banter?
You tried to bro. You tried to disregard these texts and say that they weren't written by prophets. Did everyone else hear that, or am I the only one who heard that?
No, I didn't disregard them. I told you who wrote them. I just said they were written by Pharisees.
No. You did disregard them. You said they're irrelevant, bro. You said they was irrelevant, bro. So therefore, disregard them.
Why are you adding things to what I'm saying? You said I said things about the Dead Sea Scrolls, and then we found out I didn't say that. Now you're saying this. I'm telling you what I'm saying. Why are you adding words to what I'm saying?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? We was talking about the relevance of these texts. You said they're not relevant. Then I was trying to ascertain why you think they're not relevant. And now you're saying that you didn't say they're not relevant. So it's like, are we going to have a linear conversation here? Are you going to stand on something at some point? Because at this point, it seems like you're shaking, bro. And I don't understand why. We're just having a convo. I'm not even
are they relevant or not? Are they relevant or not, bro?
You guys are loving this, aren't you? You know, I'm not.
Do you know what? Yes. Do you know what, Zulu? I'm not so much loving it because I know Schiffer's on his bullshit. We started off having a conversation about whether or not angels can be classed as aliens. I understood Schiffer's point and I understood Brother Zulu's point, right? And then it went to text and the Bible in particular, and then that was, I guess, debunked in some way. And then you drew for the Book of Enoch, which isn't actually in the Bible. And now we're talking about texts and whether or not they were written by prophets or not. So you've gone all over the place just to prove whether or not angels is aliens or not, bro. It doesn't line up.
I disagree. I would suggest.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Chevelle, you know. Wow.
At this point, man. At this point, though, yeah. I would just say, unfortunately, yeah. You see the Uncle Murder wrap up. This is what it is. You see, when people are misguided, sometimes what we have to do is, we have to let them be able to understand.
Am I really misguided though, Shifa?
Listen,
you know what? Yeah, all this time, every time I say something, you've been making it seem like either one, I don't understand; two, I don't have the capacity to understand, and it's really like you know, it's not nice. I don't like how you're making me feel. Because I'm not stupid and I'm not dumb.
You see when someone's misguided, when someone's misguided, they can sometimes come to conclusions. They can sometimes come to conclusions that are quite obscured, and maybe sometimes it's based on an objective or based on their feelings at the time. But what I'd suggest to you is this: what we did was we said, this is what I said anyway. I said that the Book of Enoch could be considered a biblical text. I said it's not canonical, but I said it could be considered biblical. So in order to prove that, that's why we've gone down this line of conversation. So if you think that we're just here talking for no reason or just going around the houses saying wild stuff and not actually getting anywhere, that's why we're here. So please try and keep up in future.
This guy, man. Like, what are we doing?
Well, I just told you what we're doing, bro. Listen, I'm affirmative, you know.
Yeah, that was the headshot, chefs. Thank you, man. That was perfect.
Well, it's gonna be a headshot for you because when a person's in trouble, what they need help, and they'll accept any help they can get. I would.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. I do the same thing. I'd accept any help.
It was a perfect analysis of your discombobulation.
I hear you, and I think, listen, you're entitled to that opinion, but unfortunately, I'm the adult in the room, and sometimes you just have to put these kids in their place and let them know that, listen, I'm a boss, you know. You're not going to dictate to me how to have a conversation. You're not going to dictate to me what I'm going to talk about from what I'm not going to talk about or the questions I'm going to ask. And it's not, bro, listen, I'm not here to even pander to your ego. So don't pander to mine. Let's just keep it 100. This
is a teenager when it learns new words.
I know. Pandering.
Let's keep it 100.
You don't talk like this, Shipper. You don't talk like this on about pandering.
Bro, listen, what we've got to do. Listen, this is what we've got to do. We've got to be affirmative on whether these books, i.e. the Book of Enoch, i.e. the Dead Sea Scrolls, relevance. Let's talk about relevance. Brother Zulu.
Okay, that's a different topic.
No, bro, it's relevant. It's relevant to the topic. This is the thing. It's relevant to the topic
relevant
because
to what?
it's
What relevant to
well,
what?
is it relevant to the Bible? Is it relevant to the Most High? Is it relevant to the prophets?
My goodness, Shifa, what are you doing? What have you eaten today? What have you done today? Just tell me what's going on. What's going on, bro? What's going on?
I just want to know if it's relevant, bro.
Because something's changed. Because you weren't like this a few months
Big
ago.
up Maximilian.
Something's changed, bro. Something's
We
changed.
need to change, brother. Listen, I'm actually being cool. I'm just having a laugh with you, but it's like you're not wanting to answer my question now. I get it. So if you're not gonna say to me if it's relevant or not, if you're look, you could write them off as irrelevant right now. You could just say the Book of Enoch is irrelevant. You could write it off, bro. Let's do this.
He's reluctant to. He's reluctant to.
He's reluctant, bro.
I mentioned. Did you not mention like a few days ago that I don't think it's rubbish? I even changed my position.
Yeah. You said it today. You don't think it's rubbish.
Yeah. So it's not my issue. I don't have a problem with it personally.
Yeah, you do.
Well, clearly, because it's gonna bring us.
You do though. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, do I think it's 100% inspired from God, like any other book of the Bible? No, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's rubbish. I can't say it's rubbish.
How can you prove whether it's inspired or not? How do you prove it?
Well, number one, I haven't studied the Book of Enoch properly to even come to that conclusion. I've read it. I haven't.
So you don't really think it's not inspired? You don't really think that?
Hold on, man. Chill. Go on, carry on.
Like I've got the Book of Enoch. I've got the complete collection, Enoch 1, 2, 3. I've read them, but I can't say I've studied it and connected it with the rest of the Torah and the Tanakh to come to that conclusion for myself. And when I look at what the scholars say, they kind of come to the same agreement that not the whole of the Book of Enoch is 100% inspired. And there's actually evidence that a lot of it was written by, Jews at the time, maybe just before the time of Christ, like the Pharisees. A lot of the angelic things that are not even in the Bible. There's a lot of things that's in the Book of Enoch that's not in the Bible, so there's not really much cross-reference. So even if you were just to compare the two texts, because there isn't much cross-reference, it's difficult for me to just take it on. So I have to look at the Book of Enoch, and if it correlates with what's in the Bible, then I can take that. That's the best I can do. But all this other stuff...
You see the Bible, yeah?
Yeah.
The Bible references things sometimes, maybe just once or twice, and doesn't give any more reference for that thing in the Bible. However, outside of the Bible, like loads of information about these social things. I'll give you an example. Leviathan, Behemoth. These things, I think they're mentioned like once or twice, but they don't give much indication to what they are. But then outside of them, you can find information of creatures and things like that labeled with this and there and rare. So it's like, I think the book, things in the Book of Enoch not necessarily being in the Bible isn't like really damnable. It's not really damning information. It's like more a thing of there's other things in the Bible that are only really lightly referenced, but like it almost as if that you should know what that is. Like for instance, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I
understand. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That I could write something as a Jew 3,000 years ago and attribute that to Enoch. It's convenient.
No, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
But in the same respect,
also at the time when they wrote it, maybe they didn't feel like they needed to describe or explain because those people of the time already knew what they were talking about, maybe as well.
That's a fact.
So that's also another point. Yeah, go on, Shiv.
I was just gonna say the Book of Enoch, as far as I'm aware, does a much more detailed job of describing what angels are, what they did on earth, how they interacted with people, X, Y, Z. Whereas the Bible is very vague on a lot of these details. So I'd imagine that some people who may claim to know what angels are or angels falling from heaven and, interacting with people, where would they be getting it from other than there?
So Shifa, let me ask you a question. You accept the Book of Enoch, but you don't accept the Talmud, you don't accept the Kabbalah, the Zohar, You don't accept the Mishnah or any of the rabbinic texts, even though a majority of them were written by Pharisees. They weren't written by Yiddish or whatever Ashkenazi. A lot of these were pretty damn old, but you don't accept none of those commentaries or exterior books, but you accept what Book of Enoch and all the apocryphal books.
Are you asking me this as a question? Are you asking me if I accept them, or are you telling me? No, but you're telling. This is the thing. You're telling me I don't accept things, and then asking me a question. Are you asking me if I accept them, or are you telling me I don't accept them?
Do you accept the rabbinic texts?
Do I accept them, and in what context?
bro, we're not gonna play games, bro. You wanted the yes or no from me. You were complaining earlier saying I'm not giving. You were saying I'm not giving.
Are you giving them to me? Are you giving them to me?
You were saying earlier I'm not giving you a yes or no answer.
Exactly. Now it's payback time, motherfucker.
You were saying I was not giving you yes or no answers. Yeah, I'm asking you basic questions, and you're doing the same thing. Why can't you
I know, because it's payback time, but you know what? I'll give you a yes or no answer if you really, really want one. And the answer is yes, I accept that they exist.
I'm done.
Man said he accepts that they exist, not that. So are you accepting? Hold on, all right. Okay, so are you accepting the text? Hold on. Are you accepting the text? Yeah. The way you would reference the Bible. Would you say you accept them the same way?
What do you mean? What I could reference?
Okay, so do you hold them in regard? Do you hold them in regard to any other holy text that you hold? Yeah.
As a holy text, do I consider them to be a holy text?
Do you hold them in the same regard of credibility?
Yes, thank you, Jedi.
Regard of credibility. In all honesty, yeah. I've never utilized Kabbalah. I've not read it. That's the honest truth. I could go and sit down and read Kabbalah and give you my rendition of what I think it is or whether I think it's relevant. At this point, I don't want to give you a fake answer. So I'm just going to be honest and say I don't really know.
Okay, what about the other rabbinic texts?
As far as rabbinic texts, as far as I know, they're all in Hebrew. I don't think there's any, as far as I know, I've not seen any in translated versions.
You can access.
Do they have them in English? Maybe we could go through some. Maybe we could look at some. I don't know, but I've not seen. I've not actually read them.
He's really not trying to answer.
Well, the thing is, Chevelle, I can only answer the question in this regard. I would say yes, in the sense that I accept they exist, and I accept they are written by people who are professedly Jews or Israelites. Yeah, I would accept that. As far as do I administer these texts into my life and utilize them in any way? No, because I've not even read them. As far as the other texts, like when we're talking about the Book of Enoch, that's one that I've utilized. So to me, it's relevant. And to me, that therefore makes it just as important as any of these other so-called biblical texts. Therefore, to me, it becomes biblical. Like a lot of people. It becomes
credible.
Yeah, it's credible, and that's what I'm saying. It's like if I look at the rabbinic texts, I'm not going to say they're not credible. I would never say that, because that would be insane for someone who's not read something to say it's not credible. But what I will say is this: if I read it and I thought for any reason it wasn't credible, I would highlight that fact. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Thank you for
answering. And I've given you a straightforward answer. See, I did it.
That was a bad one. That was bad.
I did mess with you at first, only because you kept messing with me with just half answer.
I don't mess with man. I don't know what you're doing there. Like, chill. Pause.
All right, but do you consider? All right, cool. Do you consider these texts relevant or not? That was a good one, though. But do you consider these texts relevant or not? Because you see, in the sense of Enoch, do you not see Enoch as being an important reference point for us to be able to understand certain things, like the Watchers? Like, I don't know if you've read Enoch. I don't know if you know what's in there.
I know who the Watchers are, yes. And I know about Azazel and Shamyaza and Uriel and all the archangels and the
all right. Are any of those mentioned in the Bible?
The only angels mentioned in the Bible is Gabriel and Michael.
Now, those ones that was just mentioned there, those ones we just spoke of, Azazel and whoever else, Shamael, whatever.
Azazel's in the Bible. Azazel's in the Bible.
Azazel was in there. That's what I'm saying. So there are ones that are mentioned, but not all. Right? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So the ones that aren't mentioned in the Bible, are we saying that they don't exist?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's books on demonology. There's books on like there's Enochian magic. There's all sorts of different things that mention angels and fallen angels. I can't say that these entities don't exist because their names are in the Bible. They probably do exist as they're described. But if I'm going to go to my foundational source, which is the Torah and the Tanakh and the Gospels, I'm not going to hold on to things outside of that as fact. Is it highly possible? Yes. If it's not within that holy text given and revealed by God himself, I'm not going to take it on fully. You know what I mean?
Right. When you
That's why
say
I'm not fully against Enoch, but I'm not 100% with it. That's where I'm at
when
with
you
it.
say that you said that holy text given by God, what gives a text that kind of authority? How were these texts chosen?
Yeah.
Well, I believe personally that when these texts were written, as it states in the scriptures, they were inspired by the whole.
Dealing with, Zulu? Let's put it on the table.
I deal with the Bible that we have today: the Torah, the Tanakh, the Old Testament, the first 5 books, the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament, and the Gospels, which is the New Testament, and the letters of Paul and the Revelation. That's what I deal with. That's what I deal with personally. Yes, you've heard me quote Kabbalahs and Talmuds and all these other things, but I can quote things for historical purposes to say well, even over here it says this, right? Just like we talked about Paul quoting Book of Enoch or quoting Greek philosophers to say even it says this over there, but doesn't mean that what I'm quoting is on the same level.
Right.
That's what it is.
Well, why would you be quoting it if it's not on the same level? That doesn't seem like it makes sense. Because unless it's, if it's not on the same level, then the information in it must be different, then, isn't it? It must be altered in some way.
Well, the reason why I quote it. Sorry, go on. The reason why I quote things outside of the Bible to prove my point is for most people, the Bible isn't a reputable source. So I have to go outside of the Bible to point to a bigger point. So, for example, if I was trying to prove the Great Flood and I just read Genesis, most people are going to say, well, that's in the Bible. That's rubbish, right? But
yeah, the same thing you did today, Shifa.
No, Chev, I get that. I get that point. I 100% get that point, yeah. But Chevelle, listen to what I'm saying to you, yeah. If I say to you,
sorry, I didn't mean for you to turn this on me. I apologize.
No, I'm not trying to turn it on you, but I know that
Zulu. I did interrupt you. Apologies.
Because I know that you're obviously seeing it more from Zulu's point of view. That's why I want to talk to you for a second. So I'm saying, imagine this. Imagine Chevelle says to me today, that Chevelle was a victim of a crime, yeah, and she says, you know what? If you want to verify that I was a victim of this crime, you can ask Jedi. So, therefore, Jedi is a credible source. If I ask Jedi and Jedi verifies the same information, you and Jedi are saying the same thing, therefore making both of you a credible source, right or wrong?
No comment.
Well, I'm just saying, both of you at that point would be a credible source.
I'm not a snitch.
Yeah,
I never said you was.
That's right.
I never said you was a snitch, but my point is made. I don't need you to snitch. All I need you to do is understand the concept.
Yeah. Now I'm understanding.
I get it.
So both sources are credible, right, Zulu? If they verify each other.
It depends, bro.
No, if two sources verify each other and two sources are saying the same thing, then they're both credible, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay, but then there's other things we have to take into account, right? When was the date of the quote? Like when was it first?
Here's how it works, yeah. There was a grape, yeah. A grape happened, yeah, in the park, yeah. And Schiffer walked past. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I didn't see it or whatever, but just walked past. I went about his business, and then one witness said, "Yeah, they saw Schiffer in the park around the time of the grape." Yeah, and then the next man says, "Yeah, I saw Schiffer walking in that direction."
I hear what you're saying, but you see the thing is, yeah, that was a good joke. You know what? That was a good joke. Do you know what? That was a good joke. But you see the thing is, in essence, he's making me right. Just think about it like this. Think about it like this. The witnesses actually are credible. Do you know why they're credible? Because they're not lying. Especially if it can be proven that they're not lying.
No.
I was like, where is this going?
Nah, Jedi.
I'm not even reacting today. I'm not reacting.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
There was a third witness here, and then to say, yo, listen, I saw the brother doing it, and he was a black brother. Tall, slim black brother. Yeah, so now you got these 3 witnesses, and they're all telling the truth. Yeah, but they could be wrong about things as well. I'm saying just because, just because someone's corroborating something, like for instance, this passage, I'm quoting a passage. I could be quoting a book that's telling the truth in my book of lies. Like, that doesn't mean that just because you're corroborating or you're copying something from my story doesn't mean that our stories are the same. Don't mean I can vouch for you. Yeah, I saw a Jedi. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, you can vouch that I was there.
Because you know what it is, it's that person's perspective. It's all about perspective.
Shiva, can I ask you a question? This is a good point. Shiva, can I ask you a question?
Before you ask your question, just pause 1 second, because he's actually right. But think about what he just said. None of those people were lying. And if it can be proven that none of those people were lying, let's just say, let's have full observation. Let's play Big Brother. So
but
we're in the Big Brother house.
Not lying doesn't mean you're telling the facts.
You're right. Yeah.
No. Listen. I never said it means they was right though. What I'm trying to say, I'm talking about credibility. Now the credibility of the credibility of the witnesses.
No, wait. You corroborating my story don't mean I can corroborate yours.
That's true, and I'm not saying that you can corroborate mine. What I'm saying is
the facts, and then you're like, yeah, he was there. That's your business. I was there anyway, regardless of you saying I was there or not. I can't vouch for where you were. If you're saying you know where I was, just to say that you was in the same place, allow it. I can't vouch for you, cuz. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if a book is referencing an older book, that's its business.
Like the Quran.
That doesn't mean that the older book is now going to vouch for the new book that's referencing it. It don't work like that.
For example, Shiv, I wanted to ask you a question, right? Do you I don't assume. Do you accept the Quran as a credible source?
Do I accept the what?
The Quran as a credible source.
I accept it as a source. I don't know about credible. That's
no. You know the question. No, Shiva, please. You know the question, bro. Please.
In part.
In part. What does that mean? Elaborate. What do you mean by that?
I mean, in part. That's what I mean.
You know what I'm doing, bro? Because again, that's another book that's quoting biblical stuff. Is that now the same as the Bible now, in your view?
I would say in part, yeah. In part, yeah.
Even though it was written way after, because it just mentions biblical stuff, it's on the same level now.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's on the same level, because I'd say that when you're dealing with the Quran comes after, so it's retelling a story that's already been told. So unfortunately, I don't think that can put it on the same level.
The Bible vouch for the Quran.
Which is hold on.
Wait, just quickly, does the Bible corroborate the Quran? Does it vouch for the Quran?
I wouldn't say it does. No more than the Torah corroborates the New Testament.
That's a totally different story, because the New Testament directly
it's not irrelevant.
Numerous prophecies within the New Testament that fulfill the Old Testament.
I get you, but that doesn't mean it corroborates it. The Jews don't use the New Testament, do they?
Depends on which Jews you're speaking of. I know Messianic congregations that I'm in contact with.
What am I wrong though, bro? Am I wrong?
Practicing Jews, but they believe Jesus is the Messiah.
Bro, the way he's talking is like I'm wrong. Have I said something wrong? Why are you saying something?
No. You're using Orthodox Jews as the example of what all Jews believe, but I actually know Messianic Jews that are Jews, practicing Jews, but they believe Jesus is the Messiah.
All right, but there's ones that don't. So that's what we need to go to. We don't need to even worry about those other ones.
Yeah, there was ones that didn't when he came on earth. So
no, I'm just saying there's people that wouldn't corroborate it. There's Jews that wouldn't corroborate it, bro. The Orthodox ones, like you said. So
people. Yeah, of course, there's people.
There you go, bro. There you go. The other ones would be seen as one second, listen. The other one would be seen as unorthodox, right? So when you're talking about not corroborating, that's not a strong enough argument, bro. That's what I'm saying. Is that fair?
No, I don't think it's on the same level as versus the Quran versus the Bible. I don't think it's on the same level at all. Because you're trying to say the New Testament is a totally different thing, when the people that wrote the New Testament only had the Old Testament. It's not like the New Testament.
Were they Jews?
There was no when Jesus was around. There was no New Testament. There was only the Torah and the Tanakh.
Were they Levitical priests? Like, what was their title? By what title did they write these testaments?
You said they had to be Levitical priests.
I don't know, bro. It said that something in the text says about the prophets. The prophethood is gonna go to the priesthood. The priesthood is gonna go to the Levites, and the prophethood is coming through it's Judah, isn't it?
No, because Moses was a prophet and he's from Levi. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Well, maybe I got it the wrong way around, but either it's one of them. There you go.
It's not. The prophets don't come from one tribe. They can come from.
Well, where did they come from then?
They can come from any tribe.
Any tribe of what? Israel.
Yeah, and non-Israelites and non-Israelites. Remember, there's prophets that are not Israelites as well.
Okay, like who?
Like Balaam. Like Balaam.
Okay, fair enough. So what you're saying then, in effect, is that you was wrong, and that the people who wrote the Book of Enoch could definitely be prophets then.
You're saying people that wrote the Book of Enoch, but I thought Enoch is
or the person.
I thought Enoch was the one that wrote it. Now you're saying
I don't know who wrote it, bro. I don't know who wrote it.
That's the problem.
I don't profess to know. I don't profess to know who wrote it, bro.
That's the whole reason why it's not in the Bible. That's the reason.
I don't profess to know who wrote it, bro.
That's why it's
but
not in the
according to you, listen, according to you, you just now revealed that Enoch wrote it, in your opinion. So if Enoch wrote it himself,
no. I said, no, I'm saying,
bro, you just said that. What are you doing? No, you can't get to undo that move. You just said Enoch wrote it. What are you saying?
I asked you a question. I never claimed Enoch wrote it. I asked you a question.
Well, what do you claim? Who wrote it then?
I don't know. That's the whole reason why.
Well, why did you say Enoch wrote it? Why did you say they said Enoch wrote it?
No, I asked you a question. I said, didn't Enoch write it? Because you said people. I'm trying to
look, at the end of the day, is there any other writing like it that explains the things that's in there?
You're going around in circles, bro.
I'm asking you a question, bro. It's a simple question, bro. That's not embarrassing at all.
Who are the people that wrote the Book of Enoch?
You're trying to stagnate the conversation. Look, are there any other texts out there like the Book of Enoch that reference the things it references?
Countless texts, Middle Age texts. I'm sure John D probably caught a few things from there with his Enochian business. There, people call all sorts of things. So I don't see
are there any from that time period?
Like I said, the Dead Sea Scrolls contains a lot of mystical texts written by Essenes, Pharisees.
Does it contain what's in the Book of Enoch?
There's things in there that talk about the Archangel Michael being the high priest in heaven. There's things in there that talk about apocalyptic events that are going to happen in the end times. There's all sorts of things in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
But they're not the same things that's in the book. They're not the same things that's in the Book of Enoch, though, are they? They're not the same things that's in the. They're not the same things that are in the Book of Enoch, though, are they?
The Book of Enoch is in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
All right, listen, we're just playing games now. All of the books got the same things in them, haven't they? Bro, the Book of Enoch is an individual book that talks about things that no other book is talking about, bro. Now you say it's not.
I can't say that for sure.
Well, you say you can't say that for sure, but I can say it for sure. So unless you can prove me wrong,
you've read every other book. You've read every other book to make that clear.
Yeah. And Shiva, can I ask you when are you dating the Book of Enoch to?
I'm not dating it. I'm saying that the best given date is somewhere between, what is it? It's like 200 BC or something like that, and 300 BC or
200 BC. Are you serious?
Between those times. But the fact of the matter is, we know that radiocarbon dating is only so good anyway. It's never perfect anyway. So we know that they don't really know any of the dates of anything. So I don't go by the date.
It's a rough estimate, though, right? We can at least accept
it's a rough estimate. It's a rough estimate, bro. It's a rough estimate. I'll accept that.
And 200 BC is yesterday, if retrospectively. If you look at the whole
I don't know if it's yesterday, bro. It's a few.
So when I proposed that it was written by Pharisees,
it's earlier than the New Testament. When I proposed
it was written by Jews and Pharisees, like most scholars propose, you still want to think Enoch wrote that?
Well, it's earlier than the. Listen,
even though you know it wasn't written by Enoch because you said people.
Listen, one second. It's earlier than the New Testament, and what I do know also is that a lot of these texts come from earlier original texts. So, you know, these people may have just been keeping alive their old traditions and rewriting, what's not rewriting, what's it called? Copying it down and keeping copies. It may just be a copy, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say to you that that text is, you know, some ancient text that's so old, you know, you just can't question its authenticity in the sense of, you know, it being the first of its kind. But I am saying to you that it's very likely that what they found was copies, not originals, bro.
So can I ask you a question, Shifa? Why is it that we have no surviving text of the Book of Enoch in Hebrew?
For the same reason you don't have a lot of surviving text, bro. There's a lot of text that didn't survive. How much text haven't survived the test of time, bro? Whole libraries have been obliterated.
It's interesting how it's found in Aramaic. And we know that Aramaic was the lingua franca during the time of Jesus, during the time of the Pharisaic age, also indicating who wrote it. Because if it was in Hebrew, then at least we can say it was written during the time of Solomon or even before that. But the fact that it's in Aramaic,
how do you know it was written in Aramaic?
200 BC?
How do you know it was written in Aramaic, bro? How do you know? Hold on one second. How do you know it was written in Aramaic? In fact, let me look this up.
You can just type it in right now. It literally tells you that it was found in Aramaic. There's one in Ge'ez, the Ethiopian, right, in the Ethiopian canon, but the Dead Sea Scrolls one was found in Aramaic.
Wait. So how much does the Ethiopian one match up with the Dead Sea Scrolls one? And what's the timeline? When was the Ethiopian one supposed to be scripted?
Well, the Ethiopian one would have to be after, because the Ethiopians converted to Christianity after Christ. Because if it's 200 BC for the Dead Sea Scrolls in the version, then it would have to be older.
Yeah, but he ripped the Ethiopian canon off earlier. He said the Ethiopian canon they're like people ain't agreeing with them.
The Ethiopian canon is a Christian book.
Yeah, but you said you don't agree with them earlier, bro. You ripped them off.
The Ethiopians converted to Christianity, but the Dead Sea Scrolls was older than the Christianity.
One of the first things I said to you in this conversation, Zula, I'm just going to bring you back a few paces, yeah? I said to you, the Dead Seas, not the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Enoch is in the Ethiopian Bible. You said that don't matter because people don't follow that, but people say that that's non-canonical anyway. We just don't follow it anymore. Something to that effect. You ripped them off, bro. I don't remember exactly what you said. I don't want to go into it like that. I'd like you, if you object to what I'm saying, please tell me, do you believe that the Ethiopian Bible is a canonical Bible that's correct or incorrect, bro?
No, there's older Bibles in the Ethiopian Bible.
So it's incorrect then. All right, cool. So you wrote it off.
Like I said, it was incorrect. I didn't say it was incorrect. I just said there's older Bibles.
Well, then why is the Book of Enoch in there, bro? If it's correct.
The Book of Enoch is in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, and so therefore it's canonical. It's
so does it make it correct? Just because it's in the Dead Sea Scrolls, it's in the Ethiopian Bible, it's correct.
Bro, you said it's not biblical. Bro, you said it's not biblical, but we've just found it in a canonical text. So now what?
No, but you're considering the Ethiopian Bible canonical. There's things in the Ethiopian Bible that's in no other Bible. The Syrian Bible, the Peshitta, the Egyptian,
bro,
there's Bible. There's things in the Ethiopian Bible that's not in any other Bible.
Bro, there's things in the Septuagint. There's things in the Septuagint that ain't in no other Bible. That's not an argument, bro. That's not a strong argument. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, like the Apocrypha, yeah.
There you go. So what are you doing? What kind of argument is that? You've just accepted it as a biblical text, bro.
You know what I think's happening is, I think you're trying to score a point. I think you're trying to score a point,
bro.
You took an L with the heaven and space thing. You took an L with the space thing, right?
No, I didn't. I didn't, bro. I bought Enoch.
I promise you will not get a W today. I promise you.
Bro, I bought Enoch to show. Listen. Sorry, Zulu. I don't know if you're on another planet right now, but I bought the Book of Enoch and I showed you how it references something that could be considered a version of what we're calling space. Then you start to say it's not canonical, or it's not biblical. You said it's not biblical. It's not biblical. Now that I've proven that it is biblical, now you're in the problems, bro.
You've not proven shit.
Well, I did say this earlier, and now you're saying it is. First, you said it wasn't. It's not relevant, but now it is relevant, bro. Because you can't write off the Ethiopian Bible. You don't have that authority.
Okay, but Shif, let me ask you a question. Which is more authoritative, the Septuagint or the Ethiopian Bible? Oh,
I'd say they're in the same league.
They're in the same league, even though one is thousands of years older.
I'd say they're the same league.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
like
this
I'd say the
conversation
King
is
James.
over.
If you put the King James in there, he's still
Over.
in the same league, bro.
Over.
Put the Torah
King
in there,
James
he's
was
still
written
in the
in
same league,
1611. King
bro.
James was written in
Listen,
1611.
bro, they're all
with
in the same league. Listen, they're all in the same league. Like you said, you follow the New Testament too. They're all in the same league, bro. What we doing?
Yeah, I don't know what is, bruh.
You follow that, bro.
You're not getting
You follow, bro. What we doing? That was an easy victory.
Yeah,
I didn't even need to win.
What's the
I don't even know what the topic
what's
is.
the time between the Old Testament and the New Testament? What's the time between them?
Well, in terms of like the kingdoms, right? The Old Testament ends with the Persians, and then between the Persians and the Romans is the Greeks. You don't see much of the Greeks in the New Testament because that's during the reign of Pontius Pilate and Caesar and the Romans. So there is a period of time between the two, which is the Apocrypha, like the Maccabees with like the Greeks and all that stuff. But I would say the time is probably like a few hundred years, maybe, I don't know, like maybe 200 years, 300 years. The time between the Persians and the Romans. A few hundred years. Can't give you the exact day, but I can look it up.
200 years between the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Did you type that in?
Nah.
How many?
That's interesting still.
See, that's another one he tried to skip past as well, the Maccabees.
Even with the Old Testament, right? If you went back during the time of David, the stuff after David wouldn't have been written yet.
So you don't agree with the Maccabees?
If you went back during the time of Moses, the stuff after Moses wouldn't have been written yet. So it's like the complete Old Testament was added to as things were happening to Israel.
So you don't believe the Maccabees to be
that doesn't even
biblical
prove
either?
anything. The things were documented as time was moving on within the timeline to where we have the full complete Old Testament.
So you don't believe the Maccabees to be biblical neither then, by your narrative?
Listen, I've read the Maccabees. I think the Maccabees is solid. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's not canonical though.
I don't
That
think it's
doesn't fit
scripture.
with your narrative.
I don't think it's scripture.
Yeah, there you go. So that don't fit with your narrative neither. Like I said, I was right again.
Just like I don't think the Zohar is scripture. I think the Zohar is solid. I don't think it's scripture. I think the Mishnah has solid points. I don't think it's scripture. I think the Talmud has solid. I don't think it's scripture. The same way. These all had for me. These are hadiths for me.
So you've chosen the Bible. You've chosen the version of the Bible you want to run with. I get it, bro.
No. I'm acknowledging what is authoritative, what is divine revelation, and what is written by men, and what is guidance, what is historical
context. By whose authority are you divulging this, bro?
By the Holy Spirit, by God.
So God told you. So God told you.
I'm saying what we have is the Bible. That's what we have. All this stuff outside of that can supplement our knowledge and our growth, but the text is the Bible. If you want to go to this Book of Enoch, whatever, be my guest. But I would recommend before you even go outside of the Bible, at least master what's in the Bible already. But from what I can see, you're not even on that level to even know what's in the Bible already. Now you want to go to all these other books.
I got you, but obviously he's with the picking and choosing side. Yeah, he's on the side that pick and choose what that goes in the Bible. They don't just want to deal with the text that exists. They want to deal with the ones they want to accept.
Who's picking and
So
choosing?
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. You just said that, bro. Bro, you just said
those books outside of the Bible are not. I told you they're not scripture. How am I picking and choosing?
Cool. You are picking because you're telling us it's not scripture, but you can't prove that.
What do you mean? Okay, so you tell me why were these things? Why are these things not in the Bible? You tell me, and don't say they were taken out because you're gonna have to show me the oldest version where those things were included. You can't do that
because they wanted to pick and choose what went in.
Okay, so show me the oldest documented version with those things in it.
It doesn't need to be because, like you saw, if I go to the oldest. 1 second, bro. Relax. If I go to that oldest version, your New Testament ain't in it.
Because it didn't happen yet. Jesus didn't come down yet.
So
in there.
Well, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like I said, you want to go to why isn't something in the Bible? You wasn't talking about what time period nothing was written in. You just said, why isn't it there? And then I'd have to say, well, your New Testament wasn't there, so that's not relevant.
No,
That's
but
what I'm saying, bro.
the difference is the New Testament was written within the time period of which it's talking about. The Book of Enoch wasn't written during the time of Enoch. That's the difference. So I would expect the New Testament not to exist 3,000 years ago before Jesus came down.
Yeah,
But if
but
I'm not
that's
seeing
your
the Book of
narrative.
Enoch, if I'm not seeing the Book of Enoch as at least one of the oldest books, then the questions have to be asked. How is this
And that's
written
your.
by Enoch when it's 200 BC? How is this
I
written by
got you,
Enoch?
bro. I got you. That's your narrative. But like I said to you, it wasn't written in the language that Enoch spoke, I would imagine. So unfortunately, it would be a
Quick
copy, innit?
question. Quick question. I know I've asked this before, but who wrote Genesis?
Good question. And what language is that written in, bro?
Traditionally, it's ascribed to Moses. Traditionally,
And what language is it written in, bro?
it's written in Hebrew, in Ivrit.
Okay. Okay.
I said traditionally written by Moses.
Okay. Interesting.
Why is that assumed? Why is that assumed?
Interesting.
I mean, let me not say that silly, but you know. Yeah. Let's Next thing.
Yeah, you would have skipped past that real quick. That made sense.
Shifter. Bro, you've been taking L's all day. Don't even try to nitpick at what I'm saying now.
Bro,
Relax.
you're saying I took an L, bro, but like you said,
you can get slapped up. Can't lie.
Bro, listen. You're saying I got slapped up, but the Book of Enoch's in the Bible, bro. And you said it's not scripture, but it's in the fucking Bible. It's in the fucking Bible, bro. Like, what are we doing?
The effing Bible,
that's silly. That's silly, bro. That's just silly. Like, in my opinion, that's silly. And then even when you said, like, I knew you was gonna go down this road of the Maccabees is not scripture. It's like, okay, so what is the Maccabees about, bro? Do you know what it's about?
I do know what it's about. It's about the son of the high priest in the reign of the Seleucids, who overthrew the Greeks and the Hellenization of the Jews and reinstalled independence and the temple practices. So he basically defeated the oppressor. It's one of those what's the name of the slave revolt? What's his name? Nat Turner. It's like a Nat Turner type story.
Exactly.
But for the Israelites.
You see, you as a black man, I think that story would resonate with you more, but clearly not. Well, I'm not. It's not.
I do like that, but you know, hold on. I told you I like the Maccabees. I told you I like the Maccabees, though.
I got you, but it's not scripture, is it? It's not. It's a waste of time, though.
Bro, I can read loads of things. Listen, I read Zohar. I read Talmud. That's not scripture, but it's. Listen, the Zohar hits. I said it the other day. There's a lot of things in there that hits, but it's not scripture. What can I say?
So why are you wasting your time with it, though?
It's not a waste of time because there's things in there that reveal certain things and it expands my mind. Just like when I read the Book of Enoch, there's things in there. Like, for example, I've even said it on the show a few months ago when I talked about the first secret society, how in the Book of Enoch it talks about Mount Haram, right? This is where the fallen angels supposedly came down and had a meeting and discussed on how they were going to sleep with the daughters of men and cause all sorts of ruckus, right? And when you look at Masonic lodges, there's even lodges called Mount Haram.
But now you're suggesting that the Bible.
So I could draw connections from these books and find information and light in them. But what is the greater light?
So is the Bible not enough?
For me, the Holy Bible is the greatest light.
But is the Bible not enough then?
No, it is enough. Of course, it's enough for me.
Then why are you wasting? That don't make sense.
Yeah, but that's like saying, why are you studying algebra? Well, you should read the Bible. Why are you reading Shakespeare? Just read the Bible. Why are you reading?
You're right. You're right. You see, when you say these things, I agree. Because you see me, I'm like this. Why would I go and study space and flipping NASA and rocket ships when I know it's a flipping waste of time? If I know the Bible to be right and I'm, I believe in this or I'm really like, I believe to know something now, I'm going to stand by it. I ain't going to know NASA, no SpaceX, none of that shit, bro. I ain't interested in none of that. I don't think none of that exists.
But you don't really a man that believes in the Bible,
huh?
You don't believe in the Bible either.
Well, when you say I don't believe in the Bible, I believe in the Most High.
Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, but does the Bible not encourage you to seek?
Yep.
To question?
Yep.
to gain knowledge, not just within the text, but also outside of the text? Does it not do that? Am I bugging?
Not in my
You're
opinion.
not
No.
bugging in a sense because nature is I've even said this before. Nature is a Bible, right? The reality, the world around you, your body is a Bible. These are all evidences of the Creator, and it tells a story and points to the Creator within itself, outside of a book. So these are all Bibles. Of course, the Bible itself is a unique revelation because it gives us like a backstory, it gives us information. But there's other methods in which God can also be praised or God can be evidenced.
Exactly. Hold on. For example, right? So, before, like long time ago, we didn't have doctors or whatever, right? But obviously, God told us to look towards the earth and we shall find. Cool. So we've clocked that. Okay, there's certain medicines, there's certain herbs, and then people start to study these herbs, and then they begin to understand. Okay, this works with this particular disease or this particular, and then
not according to the book of
you hold on. Sorry. So therefore, you now have someone that has knowledge of something that wasn't written in the Bible simply because of what's outside of them. They utilized and they resourced what was outside of just what's written. Do you know what I mean?
But that's your subjective view. Listen, that's your subjective view. Because if I go into the book of Enoch, the book of Enoch is going to tell me that men and women were taught by these deities, by these angels, or whatever you want to call them, these watchers. Yeah. As Alan, who's the other one that you were saying earlier? I don't remember all of the names like that. But the point is that would then it would evade that argument and make it not true.
Really, because how
we were taught.
How were the people surviving before these supposed fallen angels arrived? Because the people would have been around regardless. So yeah, they may have taught them something on top of the knowledge they already had, but they must have already had knowledge about how to already look after themselves.
The angels were there before the people were made. What are you talking about?
Schiffer, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Schiffer? In the book of Enoch, this is the antediluvian period, right? So this is before the flood, right? So before the flood, let's just say angels did teach human beings how to make weapons, how to do all these things. Who taught human beings after the flood?
They already knew.
So Noah knew how to build everything, how to make swords. He knew all the crafts, all the sciences, everything, and taught his sons. Or did they have to figure things out after the flood?
I'd imagine they was able to access information, and whether they kept hold of that information and stored it, however they did it, bro. And the information was still passed on.
How did they access this information that you're talking of?
Well, like I said to you, the information was given access. They was given access to the information by these angels or these watchers who was sent to Earth to watch.
Wasn't that go against what God wanted in the first place?
Exactly. That's how you got Nephilim. So when you're in the Bible and you're talking about Nephilims and all of these things, how do you think they came about? Because that's where you get the explanation. You're not getting the explanation in the Bible, and this is what I'm trying to say. It don't make sense to say that.
Okay, wait. What I'm asking you, is okay. If God wanted to wash away everyone, and He's chosen Noah, why would He choose someone that is what's the word? They're tainted by the very same thing He's trying to get rid of.
No, he wasn't tainted. What was Most High trying to get rid of? The Nephilim.
I'm asking you.
The abnormalities, the abominations. Noah wasn't.
You was the one that said Noah already probably knew he had access. But how is he going to have access?
He had access. Listen,
hold on, but God's already chosen him. Why would God choose someone that is tainted then?
Pause.
By the very thing that He's trying to get rid of.
Pause. Who had to warn the watchers? Yeah, was it not Noah's granddad? 1 second, bro, just relax.
Well, I don't know much about the book of Enoch.
Doesn't know. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't know, so I'm trying to give her some info to bring her up to speed. So, Chevelle, long story short, Noah's, I think who is Noah's granddad again? Is Noah's dad Methuselah or something like that, or his granddad, something like that? Yeah. So it's Noah's granddad. Yeah. He's what's my man's name again? Is it Enoch?
Enoch is I think it's his great granddad.
There you go. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you is, it's them man there that had to warn the Watchers of their fate. He's the direct connection to the Most High. So any technology and anything that these Watchers are showing these people on Earth, he's getting information from the Most High. So man had information beyond what the Watchers was teaching. Do you see it now? At
But
that
Shifa,
time.
can I ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question? You're claiming that the Watchers, what did the Watchers teach, man, according to the book of
Well,
Enoch?
we can go into the book of Enoch and find,
You know,
like you said.
it does list it. It does list it. You know that, right?
I could tell you what I remember. I could remember them teaching them agriculture. They taught them about the metals, you know, precious metals, you know, how to make weapons, how to wage war tactics, all sorts of things, bro. All
And
sorts
makeup.
of stuff, bro.
Don't forget they taught them makeup.
Yeah,
right?
makeup, all of that, bro. Beautifying
Sorcery.
themselves. Yeah, all of that, bro. Sorcery, you name it, bro. You name it. They taught them basically everything, bro. And this is what I'm trying to say to Chevelle. When we're saying that people just evolved and, you know, they went from pickaxes to realizing they could do that. No, they didn't realize shit. They got taught according to these texts.
It says knowledge shall increase, bro. And obviously we can look at the historical record and see how technology has evolved over time. And I'm not saying the ancient peoples were extremely advanced. I think that a lot of these pyramids and these great constructions were probably built before the flood. That's my speculation. And not only do I believe that, but even the ancient Egyptians themselves acknowledge that the people before them were far superior technologically. When you look at Graham Hancock's work on prehistoric civilizations, meaning civilizations that are super, super old, they all agree that the people before them were much more technologically advanced than they are.
Exactly.
So after the flood essentially was a reset. People are starting from
That's
scratch.
what I'm saying. That's what I was
Yeah, but
trying to
even at
say,
the
right?
reset, though,
And
at
even
the reset,
okay, as much as what you were saying, Shifa, that that Noah has a direct line because of his lineage and the knowledge that was passed down. I understand that, but at the same time, why would God choose someone that's going to use that knowledge?
listen,
Do you know?
first and
Do
foremost,
you know what I
first and
mean?
foremost,
Like,
first and foremost, I can't tell you why God makes the decisions God makes. I just want to make that clear.
yeah, that's fair.
Secondly, I want to tell you this, yeah? Remember, Noah is not the only man who survives the flood. I told you, Noah's dad, yeah? I think his dad is Methuselah, yeah? And then the great granddad goes back to Enoch, yeah? So the whole family, the bloodline's protected. Enoch don't die, you know. This is what I'm trying to show you. Methuselah don't die. Enoch's supposed to come back. In the
Wait, you said Methuselah don't die.
Come back from where though? Because
no, he doesn't die in the flood. He dies after the flood.
No, it's before he does before
what?
the flood.
How?
Are you sure it's
Hold
before the
on,
flood,
hold
bro?
on.
Go and check that, bro.
Hold on.
Go and check
Where
that.
are people going
Sure,
to? Wait, Zulu, hold on. Because I need to understand. Where are people going to? If they didn't get on the boat with Noah, how are you going back to Enoch?
Well, Enoch was
Because the
taken
whole
from
earth
planet
was
Earth.
filled with water.
Enoch got taken off the planet, or off what we're knowing.
Oh.
Well, some people may call a planet because we don't like the word planet around there. I'm just gonna say he got taken off of the ground and away from the sea and away from the skies on whatever we know to be our plane of existence. However that happened, it
And you're
happened.
saying that Noah's dad was able to go to that place also.
No. He dies at some point, either during or after the flood. Actually, it might be during. I'm not. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what
So if
happens
it's
to his dad.
during, would it not be on the boat then?
I would
with
imagine
Noah?
that he would have had to been on the boat, and if he wasn't on the boat, then he must have died just before the flood, and then they must have buried him. Because, like, I just can't see a man leaving his dad to just drown. That wouldn't make sense.
He died before the flood, bro.
If he died before the flood,
numbered.
cool.
He's numbered. His age is numbered in the.
But he's not the pivotal person anyway. The pivotal, he's just a pivot point to get to Enoch. Because once we get to Enoch, we know that Enoch didn't die. So there's at least one man other than Noah who survived the flood.
So can I ask you a question? Because the Book of Enoch does posit that Noah was an albino, or at least it's interpreted that Noah was an albino. Do you believe Noah was an albino?
Bro, when you say, do I believe Noah was an albino? I think that depending on whose interpretation, one could come to different reasonings on what complexion Noah was or what his skin attributes were.
Okay, because I think it describes him with blue eyes and white skin and sounding a bit, Aryan-y to me. I'm not going to cut, but I don't know. I don't know.
It could be though, bro. It could be. Who knows? I don't know, bro. I don't really know. I wasn't.
I know
there
that's.
when
I know that's not in Genesis. I know that's not in the actual Bible, but you know, because I don't see how a white man is giving birth to all these people after him. Like he's gonna have 3 black sons and he's a white man. Like work that one out.
I know I wasn't there.
That's in the book of Enoch, Zulu.
Yeah, it literally describes him with blue eyes, and it describes him like having like white skin or shining bright with white skin.
That's a good point, actually. So Zulu, how many years after Noah and the Ark and Noah's death was the story of Noah written, or was the story of Noah written at the time of Noah?
It couldn't have been. It had to have been written after.
It was.
And how long after? How long after? Moses times, yeah. And how long after? How long after Noah is Moses?
At least 1,000 something years, maybe 2,000. I don't know the exact number, but it's way after.
Hell?
I know
How
it's
does
way
someone
after.
from 1,000 years in the future know about someone from 1,000 years in the past?
Because it
Well,
was
that's the
revealed.
question.
Because
That's the
when
question he was asking me earlier when I was saying
I can
about
answer the
Enoch,
question.
and obviously Enoch.
Sorry, go on. Zulu was actually answering my question.
Yeah. Like you perfectly said earlier, Shells, a lot of this stuff was common knowledge, like to the Israelites. They knew about, Adam and Eve. You know, when
Oh,
you
it's like passed down.
passed out like oral traditions. In Africa, we would sit around the fire, the elders tell stories, like they all knew about the history.
Okay.
So
But it
why
just
wouldn't
got
that
written
apply
down.
to the
It got
story of
written
Enoch?
down. Hold on, Chief, man. It just got
No,
written
that's a
down.
good point, Chief. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it just got written down with Moses, but they all knew about it before Moses wrote it down.
Right.
I can
Okay.
answer the question now.
No, that's a good point, Chief. That
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to
book of
answer.
Enoch could have been passed down orally before it was written. 100%.
But it's being written even way before. Like, come on, we're talking 200 BC, like 200 years before Jesus, yeah. And
He's
Enoch
making
is supposed to
excuses
be
now.
like 5,000 years, 5,000 plus years ago. Like, come on, man. I'm sorry. It just something's not adding up. Something's not adding up.
All right.
I'm not
You're
gonna lie
saying,
to you.
hold on 1 second, 1 second. Let's do this. Let's do this
That's a long
accurately.
time.
Let's do this accurately. How long after Moses? No, how long before Moses is Enoch? How long is Enoch before Moses? Right.
Well, let me tell you this though: the differences between the books that Moses wrote and the book of Enoch is Book of Enoch is in first person. Okay, the Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, the first 5 books that Moses wrote, they're not in first person; they're in third person. So, in one account, one is writing about what happened before from the perspective of the person after the events, and then the other account, one is writing in first person. Like
Yeah,
I
but
saw
Moses,
this, I was taken up, I saw that. So if
Moses
Enoch
never
is
walked
writing
with
the
God,
book of
though.
Enoch in first person,
Yeah.
I got a question. Well, if this is in first person, why is it?
I see where you're going with this, Zulu.
You see where I'm going, Chefs?
Yeah.
If this is in first person, go and ask a question.
So if it's in first person, why is it only 200 years before Jesus? And how can we truly say that Enoch wrote this? If it's in first person, surely it should even be older than the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, older than Genesis. But we're seeing it 200 years before Jesus, and it's in first person, when we know that the Jews around the time are writing all sorts of books, like the Talmuds, like the Mishnahs, all these Kabbalahs, all this stuff written by Pharisees, the people that crucified Jesus, right? All sorts of things were written during these times. And
That was
you're
a
trying
good
to say it's
fallacy.
been in the Bible.
That was a good fallacy, but unfortunately, that
Pause
argument
on
can't.
that.
That was a good fallacy, but unfortunately, that argument can't stand for this reason. Like you said, most of these stories was passed down by oral tradition. So if the story was passed down, then someone later on could have been writing it down in a completely different language or whatever. Yeah, because I doubt they spoke the same language as Enoch, and they're just writing down the story as it was told. That should not be a
wouldn't be
problem.
first person, Shifa.
So I do see the relevance in the tenses, right? So as you said, third person and first person. So it does show you the timing in which one was written and the other was written, because probably in Moses' time it was always written in third person. Whoever was writing any type of anything down maybe was writing in that style at that time. you fast forward to when they finally want to write Enoch's story, and at that time they write in first person.
That's not that's one way of looking at it, yeah. But I'll give you another way of looking at it. You see, like in ancient times, you may have had like a war general like Alexander or whoever. You may have had someone like Tacitus who wrote stuff down, and they're not writing in third person, they're writing in first person because they're the person writing it, like you said. And later on, when people copy their works, they're going to be writing in first person too, right? Because they're just copying, they're not adding, they're not changing. You can't change the text, remember?
Yeah, but the problem you're going to have with those historians, their books, they're dated around the same time that they wrote it in first person. But Enoch is not dated around. It's not the oldest. Technically, Book of Enoch should be the oldest book around because this is even before Moses. But the fact that it's 200 years before Jesus, like, it's so dodgy, bro. It's so dodgy.
All right. I'll tell you what's dodgy, yeah? I'm going to tell you what's dodgy. You see the people who was writing this, Lulu alluded to this earlier, yeah? The Essene or whatever they're called, yeah? And them people there had to hide any books that they was writing. They had to run and hide. They was going to get murdered for having this information. So it must have been valuable to some extent or dangerous to some extent, either way. But the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is this. If these people, yeah, were keeping, you know, these old traditions alive and people were trying to bury these old traditions, there's a very high chance that at some point there were older versions of this book, much older, and they was just destroyed. They didn't want people to know about them. Somehow these people managed to keep the tradition alive. And it's like people want to throw it in the bin.
You know what? That's a good point, you know, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, but this is
it does make sense, innit? It does make sense in a sense of you're not gonna get out your information. It's secret to you, innit, and your people. And obviously the people that's trying to harm you, you're gonna try and keep that information away. Exactly. Just for having that information, you'll be killed.
That's
I do
right.
hear that. I think, yeah.
And that's a fact, Chev.
At some point, though, Shiv, within that 5,000 years before Moses, is that what you said, Zulu?
Before Moses, Enoch would have been, I think, like 2000 or something like that.
Right. So 2,000 years. I do think within the period of that time, it should have been written a lot sooner than when it arrived. Do you know what I mean?
But this is what I'm saying. It's a fallacious argument because saying should have is not a definite. We need to rely on things that are absolute. And at this point, I can say it's absolute that the people who were keeping these traditions were being hunted down. It's historically documented. That's why Zulu's not refuting it. And at the end of the day, one second. At the end of the day, the people who executed Jesus, yeah, the people who executed the Messiah, are the very same people who were, you know, the opposing force to these people. What we doing?
No,
yes,
that's
they
a
are,
lie.
because they was with the Romans executing Jesus. It wasn't the
The
Essene, was
Pharisees
it?
don't mess with the Romans. Pharisees never messed with the
Was
Romans.
the Pharisees with the Romans when they executed Jesus? Was they the ones calling the shots with the Romans? Yes or no?
No, they asked the Romans to execute him. They don't
There you
work with the
go.
Romans.
They asked them. They asked them. There you go. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, right? And the Sadducees.
Can I speak now?
Chev, I rest my case.
Can I speak now?
On you now.
There's a few points I want to make, right? The first problem you're gonna have is Book of Enoch is in first person. What language is it? Oh, the oldest version of Enoch isn't even in Hebrew. And even if it was in Hebrew, Enoch didn't speak Hebrew because this is before the flood. This is before the Tower of Babel. The languages.
Exactly,
This
Chev.
is way. Let me finish.
I told you.
Let me finish. This is Quay. This is like when I say Enoch, we're talking Quay, chefs. Quay. Yeah.
That's right.
I think I'm picking that up. Yeah.
And I said that, didn't I, Chev?
And this is the question. Let's just say hypothetically, it was orally passed down. So it was orally passed down from an unknown language into modern day Hebrew or Aramaic or whatever language they found it 200 years before Christ. Like, it's not adding up. It's too
but that's what I was trying to say, that it would have been written at that time of the Hebrew. If it was regarded as such, what people are regarding it as, his story would have been written down in Hebrew, no?
Not necessarily, no.
Yes.
Not
If it had
necessarily,
been
no.
passed down from all those unknown languages, just like how, you know, the rest
Not
of the Old
necessarily,
Testament.
no. 1 second. Not
Okay, go
necessarily,
on.
no. Because
All right.
what language did Moses speak?
Hebrew.
Are you sure?
Yes. Moses.
Uh-huh.
Moses. Okay, listen. Moses is
No,
technically
sorry. I
an
went to the wrong guy. Not Moses. Sorry. My bad. What language did Abraham speak? I went to the wrong guy. Abraham. My bad. Apologies.
Abraham would have spoke a Semitic language, so it could have been a very old version of Hebrew, or it could have been a Proto-Canaanite language.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, man. What was it?
I can't tell you for a fact. Well, this is the thing. Abraham is a Hebrew name. I can tell you that for sure. And Abraham is the forefather of Hebrews or Hebrew peoples. So I would say it's safe to say he spoke a very old version of Hebrew.
Mm.
All right. What language did 1 second? What them people called again? The Canaanites. What language did Canaanites speak? Go. Anytime you're ready.
They would have spoke the Proto-Canaanite language, which is
There
very
you go.
similar to Hebrew.
Very similar, but
Okay.
it's not Hebrew though, is it? It's not Hebrew though, is it?
Well, you could speak to a Canaanite person and they'll understand what you're saying. Same ways how Arabic is similar to Hebrew and this and that. It's all Semitic languages.
Okay. Now you're saying it's all Semitic languages because what you're trying to do is you're trying to evade the answer to the question, and I'll allow you to do that at this point because I don't need it.
What?
It's not needed. But what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to say to you, brother. Technically, yeah, none of what you're saying is making sense because until 1 second.
I think he has a point, though.
He does have a point, but it's not adding up. What do you want?
I think it is. I think it's adding up more than what
You don't.
you're trying to say.
I get what you're saying, and you may think it adds up more, but that's because I've not revealed my trump card yet. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Wow.
What was that? Anyway, where we're going with this now, yeah? Where we're going with this now, yeah? So he's saying that because the Dead Sea Scrolls, or not the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Enoch is not written in Hebrew, that makes it irrelevant, right?
I never said that.
Well, that's where you. Well,
I didn't say.
Cool. You're saying it should be written in Hebrew.
Hold on, brother.
You're saying it should be written in Hebrew.
I didn't say because
No,
it wasn't.
I'm saying it should be because what I was trying to say, Shifa, what I was trying to say was that if Moses was able to write the first 5 books, right, and that was able to it was able to be translated through these older languages into this new language that he is living in and speaking in now. If the Book of Enoch was of the same importance, why was it not at least written down around that time when they started to transcribe things and write things down?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's literally the main
Now,
question.
you see what you're saying now, yeah? You see what you're saying now, yeah? This is one issue that I'm going to say with that now, yeah? First and foremost, why is the Book of Enoch being referenced? And why is Enoch in the Bible? That don't make no sense.
Enoch existed, Shifa.
Right,
no
so
one's saying that Enoch
existed.
didn't exist. The Bible
Enoch
speaks
existed.
about Enoch within Genesis. Within Genesis, it mentions Enoch.
It
But the
mentions
question is
go.
this book that came out 200 years before Jesus actually written by the person that the Bible is speaking about? That's the question.
Well, you can't answer that question no more than I can to the effect of we can definitely say who wrote it, bro. But I can definitely say to you that you can't say that it's not written by the person who they say is that says they're writing it. Sorry, you can't say it's not written by him.
Based on a number of variables, it's highly likely that it wasn't directly written by Enoch.
And I would say to you that even based on any variable, a variable is just what it says on the tin. It's a variable. It's like, do you know what? I watched a movie and I watched it in subtitles, and then I watched it without subtitles. I watched it dubbed over, but it's still the same movie, bro.
What? What was that
Because you're
proving?
saying what is proven is that the language thing doesn't make any difference, bro. At the end of the day, it's the relevance
Not the only
of the
thing,
text.
Shifa. Language is the only reason.
Does the text contradict the Bible? I don't think so, bro. And then secondly,
I don't know about that.
well, I don't think so. Like I said, I don't think so. Secondly, is the text how can I explain this? Is the text in any way related to people who we might consider people of the book? And I'd say to some effect, yes. That's the only
so was the
reason they're being
Talmud. So was
spoken about.
anything written by
That's
Pharisees.
but no, but hear me. That's the only reason they're referencing this stuff anyway. And then it's like your next argument is, well, it's not written by any prophet, it's not written by anyone prophetic, but you can't verify that. You're just telling us that. And I'd say that that's problematic. You then go on. I'm gonna let you
When you're
go.
saying,
I've made a few
I
points.
can't tell you, all I've done is cited the information that we currently have. And the information that we currently have is we know when it was written, roughly. We know that there isn't a Hebrew version of it alive or existing. We know that there was groups of people, sects of Jews, that potentially wrote it because that's the time it was found. And these are the kind of ideas that people were having during that time. So there's a lot of evidence that shifts more to what I'm saying, even though I can't definitively say for 100% fact it's complete rubbish or this or that. There is a leaning towards my point based on the variables. And the fact that you think that the Book of Enoch is on the same level as the rest of the Bible, that means that what supports the Bible would also have to be found to support Enoch. And I don't think that the two texts have the same level of authenticity. There's a lot supporting the Bible, like in terms of the historical record, like when the Bible talks about all these other nations around them, the nations talk about the Israelites. Like there's a lot of archaeology, there's a lot of stuff that supports the Bible. When I look at the Book of Enoch, because it was written so yesterday, and because we don't have a lot of manuscripts of the Book of Enoch as we do for the other books, it's very limited in what I can say about it, whether or not it's real or not. All I can say is that it's highly likely that the Book of Enoch we have today probably isn't the exact same thing that Enoch said. Because this is the thing. There's a claim that Enoch even wrote anything. If Enoch wrote anything, you're telling me what? He wrote scrolls and then passed it down to Noah, and then Noah translated them into a different language. The Tower of Babel happened. It's like it's not adding up.
All right, pause 1 second. Pause 1 second. Pause 1 second, please. Pause 1 second. I've bared with you a bit. I've bared with you. But pause anyway. Chevelle, I was hoping you was gonna notice the fallacy, so I didn't have to point it out again. But, the fallacy is this: when he says that it should be written in Hebrew, that's where he's being fallacious, because it shouldn't be written in Hebrew. The time when Enoch was living in, nobody weren't talking nothing called Hebrew. A Hebrew did not exist in Enoch's time. So whatever Enoch wrote would have had to, 1 second, whatever Enoch wrote would have been written in Enochian or something to that effect.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
You understand? But he don't want to go there because he knows
would
once
it
you go
not
there.
have? But what I'm asking you, but would it not have been translated through the different languages?
No, not
of the time.
necessarily.
So so then all right, if we're going by what you're saying, how do we then end up with this new version of the Book of Enoch, or the copied version of the Book of Enoch, in a language where people can decipher?
That's a good question, and no one can really give you a guaranteed answer on that question.
What, Shifa? Then you've lost then, Shifa.
No. 1 second. 1 second. Just hold back, hold fire. Yeah, let me say my sentence. Like I was saying, no one can give you a guaranteed answer on that. So therefore, it would be impossible to determine absolutely who's right or wrong out of me and Zulu. But I tell you what, we can definitely. 1 second. 1 second. Just relax.
You just said it would have been written in the language of what Enoch was speaking in, right? So what I'm saying is that it would have then been translated to these other languages if it was of such importance. So then how did we get to now 200 BC where they've got it written in a language where they can now decipher if it wasn't passed down through these different languages, bro? That's impossible.
Please pause, because you're saying impossible, but then you're saying what Moses did was impossible, because Moses getting a message from the Most High. Guess what that is? That's impossible. But we don't need to do this silly arguing thing. What I'm trying to point out to you is, if Enoch was taken from planet Earth, never to return, not until the day of judgment, which has not come yet, right? Then therefore, anyone who has access to this information, either Enoch has come back. Now, if we go into the Bible and we find Enoch returning at any time, yeah, then now what I'm saying becomes plausible, first and foremost. Second and foremost, If we go into the Bible and we find even Enoch doesn't come back to earth, that still does not stop someone having access to that information. Because like we know, people like prophets, you know, through angels and through all sorts of intermediaries at time are given privy to information which they can then document for us. So
would that not have been written?
Well, did not Moses tell us the story of Adam?
Would it
tell us
have
the
not
story
been
of all of these
written?
people before him
Would
that
it not
wasn't
have been
written?
written? Would it
No.
not have been written if such a thing took place where there is just a normal person and an angel came down to them and told them the story of Enoch in the language that they now speak, and that they're now able to put that on paper? Would they not have then at least put their own story in there and said, this is how this came to me?
No, because nobody before Moses did that.
Yeah, but the text wasn't found. The text wasn't found until 200 BC, which is after
It doesn't
Moses.
matter. That doesn't matter. What you're saying is the text wasn't found until however long after. I get that. I understand your point that it took long for this text to be discovered. What I'm saying
is that it would have been translated through time as well.
No, not necessarily. I'm saying to you
Then
that
how did we get to?
One second.
Okay.
I'm saying to you that text couldn't have been the original. We already deciphered that originally these things wouldn't have even been passed down. There wouldn't have been Bibles in text. Most of these things would have been orally passed down. It wouldn't have been written down like that. So what I'm saying to you is it would stand to reason that it would only be written down at a certain time period when someone was privy to the information. Now, whether that was some divine intervention, I don't know. Whether that was Enoch came back to planet Earth and gave these people the information himself. Now, what we could do is we could do that discovery. And I'd suggest to you that that's maybe the issue here, that Enoch may have come back and been given that information. And then obviously that's not going to be depicted in the Bible, is it?
If anything, I'm saying, I'm saying that the book of Enoch clearly exists, right? What I'm saying is that throughout the period of time, at some point, the book of Enoch would have been passed down through that community of people, through text, through word of that time and place within, where they were living, you know, in that before Christ time or whatever. It would have been passed down. Okay, it was discovered in 200 BC. Yes. I'm not saying that this book never existed. I'm just saying that it's more plausible that it would have been translated through time and passed down through time. And I would think even in text, right? Because you're saying that it's not, the 200 BC version isn't even the original. Yeah, cool. But at the same time, where's the older scripts? Do you know what I mean, Shift? Like there has to be something older than that to show.
Not necessarily. They could have easily been 1 second. They could have easily been destroyed for one, and for two, like we said, a lot of things were passed down orally. Also, that's another explanation. So it doesn't have to be.
I just don't know why they'd wait so long to write it down.
When you say you don't know why they'd wait so long to write it down, that's why I said to you, if you don't understand that these people were being murdered for having this information, certain people didn't want no one else to know it.
Of their existence, these people they've been found and killed for this knowledge that they have.
Yes,
throughout the whole of their existence, from generation to generation, from Abraham to Moses to his youths, them to the Israelites, to this, to where we are today. They've always been people have always come after them. Is that what you're saying?
Obviously.
Shifa.
Well, how have they not been?
He's not agreeing with you. Do you see why I've given up, chefs? Do you know why? This is why I've given up. I'm not even doing it anymore.
How have they not been?
Just give up.
Of course they have been. What do you mean that? Like that was a silly question. Look, at the end of the day, the people who were documenting this information, yes, from their inception, they was being run down by these other people who are called Pharisees and Sadducees or Sadducees, whatever you call them, because they're the hierarchy. That's what I'm trying to say to you. They are the hierarchy. Now, when Yeshua came back to planet Earth, he came back to give the hierarchy a beating and teach them a lesson and show them that what they're doing, some of it ain't right. Do you see where I'm coming from? So it's like, you know, these other people then don't seem so bad anymore, do they? And what they were doing. And what were they talking about? They were talking about Book of Enoch. They were talking about Dead Sea Scrolls. So at the end of the day, those who think it's unimportant, cool, you're entitled. But I made my point, man. My point's affirmative. I'm undefeated.
Oh, Shiv, you're funny.
It's like, is he trolling chefs or is it just genuinely like this? I don't even know what to do anymore. You know, every time I jump on the show, you know,
I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. And the fact of the matter is, you know I'm undefeated.